only Gamer Legion player still alive, and it's also his event, and he's playing here after casting for 6 hours. This would be amazing if he could actually win here today against Vinch. And I think he would go in here thinking this is 50-50. It would be an awesome set. And happy to have you here with me, Mem, as we're into the game. The final quarterfinal of the Resurgence. And Jordan is going to be facing the winner of that previous set, who is Velez. Again, talked about the civs. What do you think of the map, Mem?
Well, the map, as we have seen already, is completely flat, but we have the hill, that big hill to go into the downhill in the outside. What I wanted to ask you about the map is, would you make the lumber camp in those small forests, or will you go to the big forest at the back right away? Because I think, for me, that's the best choice, where the scout from Vinchester is right now.
I think the main thing here is, are you going to go to lumber camps in the first place? And so I think the theme, because they're so close, is we're seeing a lot of man-at-arm openings, and that generally is only one lumber camp if you're going really fast. I think that's the only reason against building the lumber camp on the hill. Just because it's a little more exposed, but also, by the time you're mid-feudal, you've already chopped through your entire wood line. And there's nothing worse than needing a new wood line, but not having the wood, and then you have to decide on what you build. So that's my take, but I think you could do either, honestly.
And about what you were talking before about how strong can be Burmese, look at right now the goal for Jordan. I mean, forward in front of his TC, if Vinchester gonna notice. It's true that the goal for Vinchester, look how far it is from his stone center. I don't know what I prefer, to be honest, but being aggressive now with Burmese can be a big deal here.
I mean, I don't think that it's a bad choice to take the 2-tile golds that are near the wood lines here. Like, in particular, at Vinchester's base. They're probably going to do some walling around the wood line anyways. So you could incorporate your walls into your gold. It's just, you only have 1,600 gold, but 1,600 gold is enough to take you to Castle Age. So yeah, I think both players should maybe consider it. Jordan maybe a little less so, because he hasn't actually seen anything down there.
Yeah, and the other goal he has, the other 2 tiles is behind the small forest. I prefer that situation for me. He's preparing already. Look at the 2 houses Vinchester is doing. He's preparing already that mini base in the woodland, right?
Yeah, I guess the berries also are pretty bad. I mean, this is pretty brutal as far as this map is concerned. The other ones didn't look this bad. Like, some people had back gold or back berries, but this is going to be very aggressive.
Yeah, look at the berries for Vinchester. Are in your country, man? In USA, man? It's so far. It's crazy. Well, the berries, at least for Jordan, are a little bit better. Go on.
Well, I mean, I guess the bright side is you could maybe wall between the wood lines, but I'm telling you, man, and you said it, Burmese, free wood upgrade, extra attack on their man-at-arms. That is a combination on a map like this that could do a lot, and we'll see. I think the key here is going to be what the scouting's like for Vinchester, because it's kind of hard to find the wood line at times, hard to find all the things that we can already see. And there's only 3 on wood right now for Jordan, whereas we have the 4 on wood for Vinchester.
Yeah, I was taking point of view for Jordan. I am with his scout. He still didn't find yet the woodland. I think he's going to find it now, because he's going to see those houses exactly. Yep. He's finding it right now. And, well, now they have all the information, so they can know what they're going to do. Vinchester slightly behind with the town center for seconds only. But I believe that both to do men-at-arms, because we didn't talk about that. Portuguese, cheaper in terms of gold. You don't need to mine gold to make 3 militias. So you can go 3 militias if you want it right away, and then you put the mining camp after. Or do you think Portuguese will go right away, maybe archers?
Yeah, it's a situational thing, right? I think if I had 2 choices with Portuguese, option 1 would be go Drush and make Militia in Dark Age and try and engage against the Burmese before their upgrades. Option 2 would just be straight archers. But the problem is your archers have to be out before they can make skirms. You always have to be 1 or 2 range units ahead, and you have to wall every single part of your map, and that's not easy. So if Jordan is trying straight archers here, he has a lot of faith in his defensive abilities. Because Burmese are no joke here.
I thought when I'm doing the questions, I'm afraid because I think, okay, T90 is gonna tell me depends, depends.
Well, it does, but I try to avoid that a little more these days.
You are improving, man. You are improving with that. You say that. I mean, improving. You say that less often, because you were telling this, and in the last tournament, oh my god. But back into the game, look at the goal. He's going for the goal on the right. I think it was better the idea you say it, like going at the back, because look how exposed is that goal. If you get the initiative, fine, but if you are getting counter-attack, then it's chaotic, that goal there.
I think the biggest issue is the fact that Vinchester doesn't know where Jordan's lumber camps are. He has looked, and he has not seen either lumber camp. So he also hasn't seen a barracks. So there's not a lot of indicators here. If he saw 2 lumber camps, if he saw 3 on wood earlier, he would know some stuff. But Jordan also just not going to have map control. So you have to assume that Vinchester's going to figure this out. And Jordan is going to have to run away with the scout. And all Vinch is going to come forward.
He's going forward. Oh, because he's taking the goal and the stone, Tristan. I mean, he's taking the goal and the stone right there. It's true that he's not finding the wood, but he sees where the other goal is. So... It's a snowball from there. Let's see.
Well, remember, I talked about this yesterday because we saw a lot of straight archers recently. And back in the day, for us, it wasn't that far back, but like 2018, the way to punish straight archers, because it takes so long to get going, is to go man-at-arm tower. And they recently buffed the HP on towers again. And so this is perfect from Vinchester. He now is going to deny the gold, and he's got pressure in, and it looks like he's going to try and even go for skirmishers here.
Yeah, the good thing is that he's moving. I mean, didn't panic, obviously. Jordan is going for the goal on the left. He's going to wall now that tower, doing the archer range, finishing the archer range. He didn't lose at all. And as you mentioned, the big thing here is that Vinchester need to find the wood. The wood is now is getting walled, doing the tone watch, but he's going to find it now, I believe. Yeah, he's going to find it.
Oh, man. Okay, this shouldn't be a thing. Jordan loses a villager. Somehow the man-at-arms are able to attack diagonally through.
I hate that.
Yeah, that I don't know why that's... I mean, I'm not a dev, right? But that's frustrating because Jordan did everything he needed to do there. And
say,
all
Tristan,
that work, all this walling.
Why they don't fix it?
I don't know why they don't fix it.
Fix it, man. Fix it. Fix it. Well, they have fixed a lot of things, but that has to be fixed. And well, I don't want to talk. We can talk later. But myself, the mangonels deleting, I hate it so much. When I see people deleting the mangonels and killing, I mean, it's very nice to the casting, Oh, so fun. But man, it has to be so frustrated that you delete the mangonel and you kill everything. Crazy.
Yeah, that's. I like the hill one, but we might have plenty of time to talk in between games here because this start for Vinchester.
Look at those. Yeah.
I mean, the guy gets the wood upgrade for free. He's now got the tower walled in. He's now over here to the wood line. But Jordan is here with a few archers, and Jordan's going to push this back for now. And actually, good job to recover from Jordan here. A lot of players would have died. They'd be off of gold right now. They wouldn't be able to make archers, and they'd be in big trouble. But Jordan's back on it.
Yeah, and at the end, he didn't have a lot of idle TC, more for Vinchester, so he lost a village, but the village number is the same. Vinchester is still, obviously, with the lead. He has more army right now, but Jordan is holding. Jordan is holding. Now he's microing nicely down there, those men-at-arms. Those men-at-arms need to die, Tristan, because they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, look at this from Vinch, too. He's just sitting on the gold. So he makes his opponent respect him with the man-at-arms, and yep, he goes into attack, just buying time, running away, buying time. Meanwhile, he's on the gold, and Jordan has to abandon the gold. And if Jordan has to go into skirmishers, he's not making use of the fact his gold units are cheaper. And I'm looking at the food and the wood right now for Vinch, and it just looks so clean.
Yeah, he's attacking at the same time in several spots, as you mentioned. The goal is now back. He's doing the tower. Is that tower going to be enough to defend? If he has enough archers, I believe he's going to be fine. But where's the goal now for Jordan? He cannot mine any gold right now, Tristan. And that's the problem here. And with the skirmishes, then he will switch to a scout, Vinchester.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. And maybe the stable will come out a bit later. I love how Jordan has only lost one villager, right? Like, we got to look at positives. This pressure is insane, and it could have been worse. And I also like how he realizes if he continues to react, he is just going to die. So, yeah, obviously, if he had his archers at home, that would be helpful. But he's got 3 archers on the move to the other side right now.
The Vinchester, this other that is almost eating the tone center. Didn't react that fast, Jordan, because he could have killed a lot more. He didn't kill at all. Man, both are microing super fast because a lot of action is looks, and look at the KD.
Yeah, most impressive thing in the game right here, man. Vinchester knows those archers are not at home. He expects them where he's weakest, and he arrives. That is so sick. Like, that might not have the flash, that might not show up in any highlight video, but that is just top-tier game sense there. And so, Jordan struggling to be able to get any type of counterattack. Vinchester maintains his lead here.
Yeah, but now, Tristan, ITLTC for Jordan is starting to be insane. He's controlling the units, but he's not having the economy. Village different is 4 village different already. Double attacks now. So, I mean, Burmese, as you were talking in the start, like, is ideal for this situation. It's just great.
If they're close, it's really strong. So like maps like Socotra or this one Plateau, they kind of feel like they're meant for Burmese, because when we talk about Burmese, even though they do have some fun things in late game that we unfortunately rarely see, it's not really that strong compared to other civs, or at least they don't get there. So well played, Vinchester. I'd love to see him just continue to do more of the same, and this should lead to a faster castle age.
Yeah, well, and those men that are done now, they are +1 attack. Castle Age, I'm not sure, man. The push is real. It's true that now Jordan kind of stabilized 9 army, but I see now the transition in the stable, because he has a lot of skirmishes, Jordan. So I wouldn't be surprised. And with the farming he has right now, Vinchester, a stable coming up, it will be lovely here. But he's mining a lot of stone. He's doing towers. Yeah. He's preparing transition to castle. Do you think this is the right call? Because now, maybe, if you are too greedy, then Jordan can come back and start to make damage into his economy.
This reminds me of Miguel. Miguel got a lead against Velez, and he was microing, and they stopped producing. And I think there's a risk with that, right? Obviously, going to Castle Age would be really strong here. He has gotten ahead, but I think Jordan has to sense this. Jordan has 12 ranged units, and he's got 8. Vinchester has 8. So I think you've got to have the game sense here to know that maybe you should be moving out with something. And he's only going to move out with 3 archers right now. So yeah, man, skirmishers in the long run are just going to look so bad out there.
Yeah, and now look at that. Vinchester in the woodland, he's doing the market, so he's going to prepare the transition to Castle Age. He can now buy the resources.
On the berries too. There's only 1 villager, but I don't think Vinch cares about archers anymore, so good job from him. And close to get another... He's not going to get that one, but yeah, I love it. I mean, he's got the skirms on the woodline, mem, the market to buy the food, like you said. This is really good stuff from Vinch.
Yeah, because the archers are going there for Jordan, but he's not going to be able to achieve anything. It's about to click up. It's about to click up. I believe the transition will be knights. It's the way to go. You're not going to keep going archers anymore. And being that close, if you go with knights, you're going to take absolutely everything. Also, your opponent is with basically skirmishes, so the knights is the net move here, T90.
I like it. And, I mean, he really has stayed on stone, too. I don't know if this is him thinking about Arambai in the near future, but,
okay.
I mean, it doesn't hurt on this map to have a castle in front of your forward golds or whatever, so I always worry a little bit there, because that's 5 villagers that could be on food or could be on something else, and so your night rush will be a little less successful.
Oh, wow. Well, Jordan is abusing the market, and he's on the way to castle. He's only a minute at the end. Obviously, using a lot of resources in the market, so his economy is going to be weaker right now, and we see already second stable, but he's there with the skirmishes. Maybe he's not going to let him make that stable anymore. He's walling with a quick house there, but still, obviously, the timing in a map like this, if this was a big map, right, Tristan, then okay, but the knights can be in your base in 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think the most interesting thing we need to talk about is there's a skirmisher being chased by a bear on the right side of Jordan's woodline, and he's run all around the map.
Such a troll.
Yeah, he's run all around the map, and the bear's still chasing. So I'll keep an eye on that for you.
Okay. Man, how do you pay attention to those things? How do you pay attention to those things?
For Vinch. Yeah. Well, there wasn't a whole lot going on there, Mem. I saw it on the mini map. But look at this is what I mean. If you're gonna have the stone, you might as well pre-tower. Vinchester having to pull off of gold means that he's not going to be able to make the 3rd and the 4th knight right away. So I think Jordan actually still has a chance here, despite knights being a big problem.
Yeah, well, he needs to make probably a monastery right away. The knights are going to come. Skirmishes are not going to defend. He has quite a lot of farming, Jordan. If you check, he has better population in terms of in total population, not in village, but a lot of farming. Crossbows and bodkin arrows should be done. But then what? What else? Like, you know that your opponent is doing knights, so monks. It's coming forward, Vinchester. Vinchester is coming with siege. He's gonna go all in, Tristan.
He wants to deny that gold. I mean, the tower's already there, right? So he wants to deny that gold. By the way, the bear did kill the skirmisher. I know you really cared about that. And Jordan is now running over there. But yeah, I mean, this is just all a result of the big lead Vinchester gained early. And Jordan is losing more and will only continue to lose more. I don't see how he's going to survive this if the castle
I don't know.
up in his face.
I don't know. Well, the Kronos are there. He's with Botkin as well. And now the Knights... Well, it's still only 2 knights. I mean, this golden knight, he's gonna make a castle forward, man. He's gonna make a castle on his face. He's going all in. He's sending how many villages forward? But I don't know if I like this, because if imagine that there was crossbows there and then he's losing all those villages, man. He's taking a risk that is not needed, that risk. I don't know what you think. He has nothing with those villages. Look at this.
Well, I think he also has the sense, like, he's threatening Jordan enough. All Jordan is doing is reacting. He does have the siege workshop, and he is making a mangonel now. Oh man, this is classic Vinch, man. He likes to put his foot on the gas, and as much as Jordan is going to have gold, it's not going to be gold for very long in this back corner. So I think it's weird. Jordan has the score lead. I guess he's got crossbows with Bodkin and all that, but I don't see how Jordan stops himself from losing all of his archer ranges and his town center here once his castle completes.
Yeah, well, the castle is getting a lot of map control there. It's true that the map is huge, like he can move a lot. I don't want to talk about the score, because I really believe that the score, I don't know if it's from the last patch that is, I don't know, it's misleading many times, but still, that's another topic. I don't know if you have noticed too, like, what happened with the score. Like, it's 20 population difference, and then it's I don't know. It's the same score. It's crazy.
I think it might have to do with the maps that we're casting, because of the different things you see. Like, Jordan's got a big ball of crossbows right now. He's got a big ball of crossbows. Those crossbows disappear. You're going to see that score plummet. And Vinchester knows it, so he drops a tower, and
Yeah, well, he's coming.
On the way here, man.
He's coming. He's coming, the mangonel. Let's see the mangonel. He's going to make a badaboom, but he's going to be dancing with those. This is fine. He's going to take the mangonel down. Probably he will. No, not anymore. He's going back. He cannot do a lot of damage. Obviously, he's denying a little bit the economy, but he has a tower. He has the mangonel. And on the right side, Vinchester is still raiding in the other goal. Look at the knights. The crossbow as well. Jordan is trying everything he can. He still have a lot more army, but I don't know, man. It's a 2-tone sentence for Jordan. It's still only 1 TC for Vinchester. He has to be careful. Jordan is going to keep trying for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan... The issue for him is his army can't do anything, right? There's towers everywhere at Vinchester's base. And so Vinchester can kind of just play with his food at this point, like a cat with a mouse. Just don't kill it right away and have some fun. I mean, I just don't see... He's going to arrive to the gold now with these crossbows. Obviously, we have to see Vinchester react, but I just don't see Jordan
good reaction.
Being able to do anything. Yeah, Vinchester sees it right away.
And the thing is the mobility. Look at that TC. He cannot put villages on the TC anymore. So he's losing against 3 knights in the main town center. He's losing a lot. Look at those knights killing absolutely everything. 11 villages behind. He's going to chase now them all. He's going to take, well, like 5, 6 more. Few knights, but +2, Tristan. So they kill everything.
Yep. Yeah, also still ejecting units. He's still producing from his original ranges, which are underneath this. And this is where you start to see that big shift. And you could do a lot if you're Vinchester. I think staying all in 1 TC is fine. If you want to add a 2nd or 3rd town center and really boom up, you could. But his reactions have been on point here, Mem. Yeah. I know it's a bit late for everyone in Europe. So, everyone's got their different times they tend to excel in. And Vinchester was just on the ball the whole time. Such a great job from him. What a cool opening. That needs to be, I think, in like 3 months from now for 1v1 Arabia. The straight archer opening is going to be punished with Man-at-Arm Tower with some civs. Like Poles, Burmese, Japanese could come back with that. I think it's really strong.
Yeah, well, and Vinchester, I mean, he's still playing in this kind of map very, very strong. I think he played very, very well also in KOTD4. For that, also, he reached the finals. Yep. And you were talking about Burmese. It happens exactly that. I mean, and with the resources playing he got, Jordan, he tried, but it's 30 minutes, but it feels... to me, that the game was over almost from the start. If not over, you know what I mean? In a situation that you felt that he was behind and you don't see how he's going to come back.
I think Jordan is a bit unfortunate. So I think instinctively what I wanted to say was that why would you take that forward gold when you're up against Burmese, right? Because Burmese are going to be so aggressive. But he didn't scout the 2-tile gold that he ended up taking later. He didn't see any other options for gold with his scouting. So I think maybe if he sees that, Mem, and then he takes the gold, maybe Vinchester he can't go for Man-at-Arms. Or if he goes for Man-at-Arms, he doesn't do as much damage. That and Jordan losing the villager on the berries when he had it clearly walled is just unfortunate for Jordan to start off the series.
And also there is players, Tristan, that they don't go forward, but Vinchester go forward. He is this kind of a player that he go forward, you know? So, for example, Vilese is more meta player, much more methodic, you know, much more clean gameplay, let's say. But Vinchester is unpredictable, you know? Anyway, Sahara, Tristan, 30 seconds about to start. Kels and Korea. Nice. Celts and Korea, well, they're going fast because in Vinchester is right now over midnight, and well, Jordan, you know, Jordan want to play fast.
Jordan's bedtime was 3 hours ago.
He's dreaming right now. He's thinking now that he's not playing, you know, that he's dreaming. Well, I don't know what people think about the first game. It was very nice for sure. And here, Celts and Korea in Sahara. That Sahara difference with Arabia, well, it's pretty flat. Close to their bases, and then all the hits are in the middle. We could consider this like a version of Arabia. Well, what do you think? Because pretty much.
Yeah, I think you can. I think the concern here is your golds. I haven't seen a map generation with Sahara where the golds are in the back yet, and that can happen sometimes on Arabia. So Jordan's again in the blue. I don't know about you. I have Vinchester in the red. It's just easier to see.
Me too. We are professional,
and
man.
it's Koreans versus Celts. Yeah, we know. Yeah. We already know there's going to be someone out there who wants that. So
I put red because blue and purple definitely not. For some people, I mean, I don't mind, but there's some people that you know that purple and blue. But let's go. What about Mr. Jordan with Korea, Mr. Tristan?
Okay, so it's interesting. This is the second game that Jordan is going to be up against a very strong Man-at-Arms civilization. And it's the second game. He has forward resources. So he's got berries and gold. So, I mean, if you look at Vinchester's playbook, Man-at-Arm Tower is definitely somewhere in there. Now, I don't know if you want to do that because you are further apart here and there's some more cons to it. But I just love Celts. I'm a big Celts fan. I'm not a big fan of like the way Kwong plays it because every time I try that and anyone else tries that, we suck with it. But the wood bonus and the movement speed on the infantry is very strong, and I think the early feudal age is going to tell the tale of this game. If Jordan tries to play passive again, he cannot fall behind right away. He's going to need to get as many ranged units as possible.
I love it, Kels, when I know that this was probably too much, but I love it when the militias in Dark Age were faster as well. I know.
Yes.
I know it was very tricky.
You realize why they changed it, though, right? You realize why they changed it. Yeah, I liked it. And guess what?
I love it.
They changed that after 20 years because of one player, man.
And honestly,
all the high-level players were complaining. They're like, this is too OP because of Huang. Huang literally forced the devs' hands because all the players were complaining.
But I don't like that change because it was complete their identity from Kels.
Yes,
like
I agree.
You don't change that for those. It's like, I don't know, change Teutons now because you put 10 villages inside and it's too much for the tower. What I mean, seriously, or give murder holes then in feudal than to Teutons. I don't know. I didn't like that change. Anyway, focus then on Celts. Still very strong with the wood bonus, and now is pushing everything. Vinchester is gonna play pretty much the same as the previous game, probably. Well, no.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's gonna be pre-mill, Tristan.
Yeah, my favorite thing with Celts these days is the pre-mill because you can with a pre-mill drush with other civs. Sometimes it's a struggle after your first house. Like, you have the first house, and then you won't have the wood for a barracks right away. Or, not your first house, sorry, but the house that takes you to 15 pop. No. But with Celts, it's just, like, so easy. The barracks is right there. You got the wood for the next house. You got the wood for the mill. So that could be really good. Jordan not doing that. But, you know, this could be good for Jordan because this means that Vinchester's feudal age time will be delayed a little bit. And so if Jordan wants to go for man-at-arm archers or anything aggressive in feudal, he'll have a time window for that.
Yeah, and the good thing is that Jordan is gonna spot it right now. That's the good thing. He knows that he's coming, so he only need to wall a little bit his resources. He might that now he was laming that elephant. I was checking out Vince's scout, but no, it's not taking. It's fine. And as you mentioned,
oh dude,
yeah,
I was losing my mind earlier. I don't know if I assume you saw it when Say My Name was playing Yo. No. When Say My Name was playing Yo on this map, and I think it was game 4. And at 2 minutes with Vietnamese, he arrives to Yo's base, and the Rhino's on the front, and he didn't steal it.
But explain
I was losing my mind.
But I say the same. Why didn't you go there?
Yeah.
I mean, why you go there? I never understand. Then he was checking everything, and he didn't do anything at all. I don't understand. And you have Vietnam, you're gonna take it. I don't understand, really.
I think it was just because he wanted to get greedy and steal more goats. But afterwards, I was just like, because we've seen enough sets, right? Where if one thing happens, we're thinking, okay, well, they're going to regret that. And that's exactly what happened. He regretted it later on. Feels bad, man. But Jordan notices what's coming here, man. He saw the barracks. He pre-walled his berries here. And overall, he's going to be okay here. So well played from Jordan.
Nah, he's completely fine. He's going to click up now with a good timing. Only 10 seconds LTC. Well, it's something, but not nothing else. I think he will make a palisade gate. Just a gate there. Palisade gate, and you drive him to your base, and now he's gonna take it. No, he's finishing the palisade. He's gonna be fine on the woodland. He's on the way to village, but the economy for Vinchester very smooth. He's going up 22 villages, Tristan.
Also,
he's gonna go the loom, and he's going up.
Like if Vinchester camps the golds, I mean Jordan, I guess, has another option. But this has definitely delayed Jordan going to gold. And that's what's so good about this build. You know, some people aren't a fan of it. They think 2 Militia Drush doesn't kill anything. It's not about killing something. It's about keeping your eco untouched and then allowing you to go for the mining camp, allowing you to go for the double lumber camp, which is what Jordan wants to do. But as I say all of that, Jordan makes the gold, and he is going to build up towards the barracks here.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. You were right. And look at the mining camp. Beautiful one. Beautiful one, because now the goal is completely safe. And now those 2 militias are kind of useless for now. I mean, yeah, he did some disturb, but it's not great anymore there. 3 villages on goal. Vinchester is already up. 1 minute left to go to reach feudal age. So he's 1 minute behind, but he's 3 villages ahead. And still, he just put the goal now. So obviously, he's building now the barrack. Now with 2 villages, the archery range. It still is going to be slow with the archer production, so shouldn't be a big problem for Vinchester here.
So my math might be a little off, but if you have 4 militia, or sorry, 4 men at arms and a scout, 2 villagers have to repair a mining camp for it not to go down. Whereas if I think it's 1 villager to repair the mining camp if you have 3 men at arms and a scout. So I still feel like, I mean, the thing you don't want Jordan to take right now is gold. Who cares about the berries?
Yeah.
Attack the mining camp. Force him to repair that, which is using wood and is taking villagers off of gold, which he needs.
Do you think he's gonna go forward? I think he's gonna go forward also. Yeah, he's sending 2 militias more. He's gonna be men at arms, double attacks, but no, double archery range for Vinchester right away. Man, the Kel's bonus is kicking here, man. It's really killing there. Holy moly. 4 men at arms and two archery ranges, man. That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, we're going to see archers for Jordan. Now, Jordan is going to rush fletching here. So, Jordan could have gone 2 ranges, but Jordan is going for the ranged upgrade. Now, he's going to be sitting at home for a long time. Like, honestly, it would be better for Vinchester to take out the 2 houses from Jordan on the front right now than it is to attack that palisade next to the mill. Like, I really wish that Vinchester would have been attacking something a little more useful there, but obviously easy for us to say because we can see everything.
Yeah, oh, he's open, he's open. Oof, he was open. He was open, he overchopped using the right moment. If he got inside with the 4 men at times, disaster on the woodland. But what I think also he's trying is to keep him away from his base. Now he's with double archery range, Blasmith is going to be there, and the 4 men at times are still around. This is the good thing, Tristan. Like, Jordan has to be at home. He can't go away having 4 men at times kills that close. He need to, and then with double archery range, Vinchester will have more numbers. Well, he has already more numbers than Jordan. So it's a problem here for again taking Vinchester all the initiative, Tristan.
Yeah, that said, Jordan has done a fantastic job with the defense. He was able to get all the upgrades he wants. He has the wood upgrade. He also researched fletching, which is the attack, and Koreans get armor for free. So Jordan kind of hasn't really missed a step here. He's got 3 on gold now. He has all of his berries. And this could be a time if he's sensing double archery range that he could go for a second one. But I don't know. I'm looking at his scouting. He did see double range. Or, sorry, no, he only saw one range, excuse me. So maybe he's not expecting it as Vinchester's on the gold mem.
Yeah, but without fletching. And I wanted to ask you, I mean, now he has the food, but will you cancel a Valier? I think cancel a Valier to make fletching is worthy. Like, you need to make fletching right now. I mean, without fletching, that army is a lot more useful. It's even more that, okay, but he's doing the fletching now. And still, look at the army. Some idle time for both players. Double archery range with already all the economy upgrades. Also, horse collar. This is looking good, in my opinion, for Vinchester one more time.
But I love how Jordan's walling the left. He has a very good idea of what is to come. And Jordan is, he hasn't spent as much on food.
Oh, man.
And he won't have to spend food on the defense, right? So what you're thinking about now is your uptimes and how fast you're going to be to Castle Age. And Vinchester has definitely invested more into the attack, but it just never feels good. Like, some players are good at it. Like, Viper could probably sit back and defend all day and love it, but like, it never feels good to be in Jordan's position. There's so much stuff coming forward.
Yeah, I look at those men at arms and a lot of archers deleted the mining camp because now the mining camp that was good in the start, it was bad now because the village was going to be down. And I don't know what you think, but Vinchester is playing so strong. Look at the army numbers. This is game. This is playing. He's playing like KOTD, man, at KOTD level. Because tell me one mistake he did in this game, Vinchester. Nothing. So smooth, flawless.
36 seconds of TC idle time.
Okay.
Technically not
he did that mistake. Okay, he did that 36-second mistake. My bad. Anyway, look at those archers. It's completely over. 5 village skill. Minicam is gone.
Yep.
It's a disaster.
This is like, Celts are freaking strong, dude. You get the early drush pressure in, and then your eco is already chopping wood faster. I mean, obviously Vinchester, you look at his economy and it's virtually flawless behind this. But I also, you got to think back, Jordan on the back foot here struggling. He also did just cast for 6 or 7 hours. And there's no way he's playing 100% after that amount of time casting. And very fast game there. And they've been 2 quick games for Vinchester.
Yeah, well, I was asking Jordan because I casted Doubt versus ACCM, and I asked him, are you going to cast also Villes versus Miguel? Because I was thinking that after casting 2 series, you take the next series that is before your match. It could help a lot. And he told me, no, man, I'm going to cast everything. I was like, oops. I thought, like, it's better that you don't cast. But this is the problem, Tristan, when you are a competitive player, right? A high competitive player, and also you host a tournament yourself. Like, it's so difficult to do both. Like,
this is why we don't,
right?
Yeah, this is why you didn't sign up for BOA and why I don't sign up for Hidden Cups. I mean, first off,
exactly, man.
It would be really bad if casters were to win everything. It would ruin the game, right? The whole scene would be.
But Tristan, seriously, jokes aside, the Open Classic from the Viper, I don't know if you have talked to him. I talked to him about that, and he didn't tell me with these words, but with the conversation, I was okay. Viper is not going to host tournaments anymore because it's not the same. He was doing the same that doing Jordan, and he couldn't perform. He couldn't perform.
Well, it makes sense. It's like, I mean, you could do anything, right? Like, normally you don't want to do. Geez, if I play in a tournament set, I try and get it over with as fast as possible. If I like watch TV for 4 hours and then go play, I'm still tired. It's like I want to put all my energy into it. So, but I mean, hopefully, this is a fast one. It's a best of 5. Hopefully, Jordan can step it up a little bit, but he's really regretting giving good man-at-arms civs to Vinchester right now, I bet, because Vinchester's aggression has just been out of this world.
But this is the thing. You saw the maps, very aggressive. I know that thinking about that, there's not that many civilizations. And the next game is Arabia, and they started already. But those civilizations, for those maps specifically, they were very nice. And Arabia, they started already. Oh my God, there's no time to wait anything. Vietnam, Bohemians, Tristan, Bohemians, Vietnam. Would you prefer here? Because I will say that I prefer Vietnam, but how Vinchester is playing, I don't know anymore if that civilization is going to matter that much.
Where did you get the link, by the way? Because I don't see it on the dashboard. I give you. The dashboard's down.
No, dashboard is down. I give you.
Oh no, it's in the Discord. I see it.
Is it? I also gave you that.
On it. Or Vietnamese Bohemians. Oof, honestly, it's a fun matchup if this goes into ranged units because both civs excel so well. I personally would prefer the Bohemians. I have a lot of faith in the Bohemians, and I think their economy is underrated,
That's
to
true.
say the least.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy Echo. It's crazy Echo, and they're supposed to be nerfed a little bit, but more for the claw maps, because the nerf they did is just the monasteries being already the same price. Then the Hofnische has been a little bit nerfed, but not too much. Anyway, Jordan in the south as a blue, with now finally a decent goal. A good goal, and with the Paris is not ideal, but this map is, let's say, much better than the other maps, Tristan.
Yeah, they've got some larger wood lines and way less hills on this version of Arabia, and it's produced some solid games. In the earlier rounds, we saw a lot of scout rushing, but I don't think we're going to see that here. With Bohemians, Vietnamese, both being good archer civs, and both being civs that I think would prefer to go archers over, drushing early. I'm just really curious to see what Vinchester does, because 3 straight games where he's gone for the early infantry, it obviously works. Will he do it again here?
Well, this is not the same kind of map anyway. It's true that Sahara was also far, like similar distance, but I don't know if he's gonna make that. And then, in Castlage, I see in Castlage 1 TC and maybe going for everything: chemistry, ballistic, all the upgrades, and then try to dominate from there. That's why you think that Bohemians is better for you in Castlage against Vietnam?
In an archer meta matchup, right now, what's happening is players are oftentimes selling their stone and buying food to go up. They just say,
all the time.
This is a race to archers. Yeah, this is a race to archers. Why would I try anything else? Why would I even try and wall? So, with that in mind, Bohemians are nuts because they get their first gold mining upgrade for free, and that's already nice. But then they get the Castlage upgrade. And so, I think it was Jordan versus Nikov in their group stage match. I don't know if you saw that, mem. It was on a map with like the weird line of wood in the middle. I forget. I think it's called Sunburn. And Nikov played amazing. Like, it was Incas versus Bohemians. It played amazing. Also, is Jordan giving sheep to Vinchester right now?
He's giving the sheep? Oh, that's not good. I don't like that. And I'm gonna explain you why. You know why I don't like that?
You got a lame.
Yeah. I mean, he always lame in the tournaments. Then he is not feeling 100%. You know what I mean?
I kind of agree with that. Maybe he's like, I feel like your tournament mindset should be kicking in, and you should be saying laming's allowed, and I should be stealing whatever I can. And he gives it to Vinchester. Vinchester gives him the heart. But anyways, so in that game, Jordan Nikov, it looked like Nikov was doing everything right, and then afterwards, Jordan had like 6k more gold, and he was just using the market. So I really think that Vietnamese have to get a small lead here, because the gold mining upgrade being for free in Castlage is just insanely strong.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to think that back into that topic, he's on host mode more than on player, because I never saw Jordan give resources in a tournament game. And then Vinchester, I mean, what you will do in Vinchester position now? Imagine that he's going now, he finds 2 ships. Do you think Vinchester is gonna give the ships to him? I wouldn't give it.
Now he will, but he wouldn't have before. He wouldn't have before, right? Like, I think when I was looking at it earlier, it's $450 if you lose in the quarter. It's $900 if you win in the quarter, and then obviously you have the potential to win the semifinal and get at least $1,800, or win the final, which is $3,000, and then an even bigger deal, which we have talked on, is the winner of this whole event is invited to the next Red Bull event in Germany. So, like, yeah, it's just not. I'm a little disappointed to see that too. I'm not happy
Tristan,
that he gave those sheep.
No, he cares. You remember Vinchester, and Vinchester was super motivated, but also disappointed a little bit. He's a competitor, and I'm sure that he want to be in Heidelberg, want to be in the Red Bull, and I'm sure that if Vinchester was motivated for this event, now he's 200% more.
Yep. 2 lumber camps here for Jordan. And we're going to have 2 lumber camp for Vinchester. Same build orders, except for the fact that Vinchester is a little faster. And I think you can justify that more with your civ, because the blacksmith is really cheap with Bohemians. So instantly upon hitting feudal, He's going to have a cheap blacksmith. He's going to have the gold upgrade. And we're just going to see archer war from both these two.
Okay, I believe he's going to be now probably one archer range and try to ras the fletching. Blacksmith as well. It's doing both, well, double attacks already and a little bit slower, but he's going to make the archer range too. Yeah, it will be a little bit slower now than the previous one. This is going to be, yeah, a little bit more standard, right? It shouldn't go like the previous one because the previous games, Tristan kind of snowball.
Yeah, this will be slower. I would have, this is just a preference thing, and I'd have to ask someone who's better than me on this. But because Vietnamese do not get, they don't have to spend wood on their eco upgrades, I would really like to see Jordan get horse collar right now. He's got plenty of food floating, and I think that would be an advantage for you in the long run because players are going to have to eventually farm.
Yeah, don't be too humble. But I think you don't have to ask to anyone. Like, he should get it. Like, that's one of the advantages
he's got
that you get.
Food, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have this advantage, and you see how Vinchester got both double dash horse collar, and he's also able to do the same. Look, you see?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's ahead already.
Right now, we've got the range for both players, and we're going to see the unit forward for Jordan, but yeah, I think it's pretty telling that it's cheaper for Jordan, and Jordan chose not to get that. And both players are getting fletching. So I will say these players, at least recently, on the Arabia style maps, are almost identical. They love to play into the ranged units. They're not like Doubt, who will try and go scout rush or anything. And so far, it just seems like Vinchester is slightly faster to all the crucial decisions.
Yeah, and for example, look, 4 villages on gold, while only 2. And remember, with all the gold mine and upgrades for free for Bohemians, which is also like having, what, 6, 8 villages there, more or less. Well, he's still on 2. He's gonna go with a lot more archers. Will you make a second archer range, or just try to go now aggressive and try to make a faster transition to Castle Age?
I think they're just gonna macro their way to Castle Age. I think Jordan is always that type of guy, but oh man, this is so bad already. Like, this is the slightly faster archer range paying off. He's lost an archer. Now, man, we've been around a while. Vinchester of 2017 would have run in there with his archers. He would have run in, and he would probably get outnumbered and lose them. But present-day Vinchester, he could be aggressive, but he's not, like, aggression to a fault, you know? Like, he knows, okay, I've lost my archers a million times when I was younger doing that, so let's fall back. And I like that move.
But I really think that the fact, and I repeat again, of the Red Bull event, it's also gonna make him play completely safe, like playing his style aggressive in the other maps, but now he's doing exactly what you are talking. I really have talked with him, and he basically had told me, well, it's fun, you know, like he has played many of those tournaments, smaller tournaments, right, and many other situations. It's fun, I enjoy it. But if you gotta put in a balance, it's fun, I enjoy, or I qualified for big tournaments, well, they start to get serious, right? So, and you have to focus, and really you have to focus. But probably in a map like the arena style, he will do craziest too for sure, because he's on his bladder, you know. Okay, he's doing a tower, so that's interesting, because I was about to ask you, maybe he's gonna make the market then sell the stone. Not gonna happen in this case right now.
No, but he is gonna get a villager kill on the other side of Jordan's base, assuming he actually moves in there. Surely he's going to.
There.
And this is, Jordan had his skirms where he saw the archers before. Jordan's going for the market. But yeah, I mean, he had his skirms there. He was out of position. And this is going to be another kill. And those are crucial kills, right? I mean, you force Jordan into more walls. Jordan feels all this pressure because Jordan researched armor on the skirms. So he's trying to spend food and wood, which delays the Castle Age. And again, Vinch's timing is just so sick. He could fall right back to his tower, and he should be completely fine here.
Oh, he has to be careful. He lost quite some. Rough. He lost quite some there. He need to make the tower. The tower is up, but his resources, Tristan, his resources are started. Looks really smooth. Floating on 500 foot, 200 gold. Is now quick wall in all this area, but those units he lost, and since he has also a couple of skirmishes, he's putting now Vinchester in a defensive position, but still with a better economy. It forced him also to make the armor, so this is good. This is good for Jordan now.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Jordan selling the stone is 100% the play. And Jordan won't be in need of a tower because he's got back wood. He does have a big hole in the back of his wood line that I hope won't be an issue. because he hasn't plugged that yet.
Oh my God!
There's a hole in Vinchester's base.
There! Hole between the house and the tree, unbelievable. Well, he's now going back. He need to make some more wall, and now he's doing wheelbarrow. But Jordan is now gonna take the villager back. There you go,
Oh,
and
man.
he's gonna go up to castle. He's faster than his opponent, and this can be complete game change.
This is, I mean, listen, it was a rough start for Jordan, but what Vinch is trying to do is he's trying to toe the line. He's trying to just get by. He's trying to invest as little as possible and go faster Castle Age. He had to make a tower. He lost a villager, and he spent 100 food a second ago to get armor on his skirms. So Jordan's good here, and Vietnamese have more HP on their ranged units. So I would say 3 ranges for Jordan. Just go for crazy numbers. Rush the ballistics upgrade.
Yeah, well, for now he has double archery range. He's gonna take this army. Maybe not. Maybe not. He has to be careful there. The scout also is still alive, so he can kill the skirms, and he will. He's gonna take that one. He's taking those units, but man, if he did the market, Vinchester would be up to castle a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's a little sloppy for me too, because I feel like after you kill the Vil there, you run away. You force him into some army and the upgrades, and you just get out of there. The Jordan takes some losses there, but yeah, this is going to be close now. I think Jordan won't be able to kill Vinchester early Castle Age because he lost numbers. But Vinchester's going to be on 2 ranges as well. Only difference is Vinchester's actually going to stone to mine more, which tells me he might actually be thinking about town centers.
Yeah, well, let's see. I was suspecting that he's was gonna make, as you said, more archery ranges here, Vinchester, and obviously university, because if you go ballistic, chemistry, I don't think you can stop that with archers. Like, you need siege.
So,
and even it's not gonna work probably against chemistry. It's true that we invest a lot, right? But with the Bohemians, you can afford it. I mean, you make fervor with the monastery and wheelbarrow, and those villages are already Speedy Gonzalez. They are so strong.
Love the decision from Vinchester to Stonewall. I'm not sure it's going to be perfect time, though. He wants to focus on his fight on the hill in front of his gold. And here comes Jordan. And I think Jordan is deciding to go the direction Vinchester wants. No, here he goes. Okay, he's going to see the gate mem.
He's not going.
I think he's going to assume the right side is fully stonewalled as well. Let's see. This is huge.
He's gonna be able to break. I mean, he will have to wall at the back. The crows are coming, and I think he's gonna get that villager. He should get it. Vinchester is not noticing. Vinchester. No, he's gonna lose that one. He lost it, and now he can break in.
Yeah, needs to be a reaction here for Vinch. Nice idea, just a little late. Vinchester has a skirm behind Jordan's woodline, which means very little. And we have ballistics coming in for Jordan as we see the university for Vinchester. And this is going to be a micro battle here. You still have to remember, Vietnamese get more HP on their range units.
What?
And then Bohemians can get chemistry in Castle Age. So I feel like Vietnamese have the advantage now. But once chemistry comes in, it could be a real problem for Jordan.
But look at the eco upgrades he's doing. Of course, the chemistry is chemistry going. He's doing hand card already. Hand card already. I mean, what the hell? He's gonna kill everything. No, he's killing all. Oh, baby. He's killing all. And Tristan, what's happening here to Jordan? He's gonna be, I don't know. I don't want to say it too fast because he's still 8 villages ahead. But would you prefer 8 villages ahead or having already hand card in minute 22? Because this is like Vikings economy now.
That and then chemistry. I mean, at this point, ballistics should be needed. Ballistics is an upgrade that Vinchester should be feeling he has to rush, but instead he goes for chemistry, which takes a long time. I would say right now what's important for Jordan is you have to consider elite skirm, right? Like if you're going crossbow v crossbow against chemistry, elite skirm, while it still kind of sucks against chemistry, it is something. He's going to buy some stone though. He's going to TC, and I like the TC position, mem. To the north of his woodline, we've also got the same idea for Vinchester. Yeah,
but I wanted to ask you, don't you think that maybe, well, the TC is obviously going to be great. It's nice to have it. But maybe now it will be better to have a ballistic already. Oh, but I love this fervor. You will see now. Let's check now the speed of those villages with handcart. They are now 0.97. What is the speed they're going to have? I think it's 1.7, like 0.10 more. But that's going to give them a huge economy. I mean, this civilization with handcart, Bohemians, better than Vikings.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. This is really bad. This is really bad. Vinchester starts to attack the villagers. Those villagers are going to melt, and look what it does. It forces Jordan to come to address this, but I'm with you. I think ballistics is definitely needed. But he hasn't actually had to engage where ballistics matters yet, so I guess it's a positive for Vinch.
Yeah, well, he's going around. He's doing the lead skirmishes as you mentioned. So, man, we are a point, man. People is listening to us and they think, man, these guys know something. These guys know something.
I hope so.
Yeah, we hope so.
We hope so.
Okay, the scout is still alive. Lead skirmishes +2, and still didn't get it. A really big battle. 5 villages ahead is still very close. 2 TCs or maybe more Tom Santis now, because look at Vinchester. He's gonna go up to Imperial. He's going to go up to Imperial, man.
It looks like he's going to, but like, I don't know. I mean, it definitely feels like it could work. He didn't produce from this other TC for a while. Yeah, he's sending more to gold. Yeah, he's definitely going to go 2 TC fast imp here.
Yeah,
and I love this approach because you already have chemistry in. Normally you have to go in for that. Why not push your advantage even further and just get to Arbalest before Jordan can get a lot of skirms or rats and archers out?
Yeah, and remember that you can make bomber cannons right away. I like Turk's style too, so it's pretty sick. Let's see now, because he got the chemistry, he's trying to micro, he's dancing with those army, but Jordan has more. Now he need to be careful and go back. I don't know if he's going to stay there. I think Jordan is doing a really good job, and also Skirmish is coming behind. I think this is better for Jordan, or Vinchester is going to be able to dominate. +2/+2 ballistic. No. This is good for Jordan. Now he's microing, but in my opinion, that was a good battle for the German.
Yeah, Jordan couldn't, or excuse me, Vinchester couldn't find any engagements to make chemistry worth it. And then when he finally got time to take a fight, he didn't have ballistics, and Jordan noticed it. Jordan noticed as Vinchester went, or as he went side to side, the shots were missing, and this is now bad. The faster Imperial Age feels good when you're floating the resources and you have the army control. But when you've got fully upgraded skirmishers against you, and they're Vietnamese skirmishers, and Jordan's most likely ahead in the boom, this could get out of hand quickly here.
Yeah, he's many more gold. He has 2 tone centers. He's gonna be on the hill. The tower is definitely gonna be needed. But I wanted to let me know if you feel the same. Don't you think that when you see those women's villages, you feel that they are in fast speed while the other player is playing normal speed? Look at those villages, man. It's crazy.
And look at Jordan too. Jordan's like, I don't care. This is a great move from Jordan. I love how Vinchester, he tried to make Jordan respect that this would be dangerous by sitting on the hill. And the second Jordan started walking up the hill, Vinch is like, nope, didn't work. I got to get out of here ASAP. But Jordan's got to be careful now. There's a
he's going to lose everything. All the skirms.
Yeah, now he's got to get out. And now ballistics is in. So this actually does hurt him now.
Yeah, he's going to kill a lot there. I think Vinchester has now idling the TCs on purpose a little bit, because look at the resources. It's true that Jordan is gonna go up to Imperial 2, but again, the transition with now 19 army, 13 army is not that big difference anymore, and having already chemistry is huge. Tristan is really huge, because he needed, what, 2 minutes to make it when he reached Imperial, so it's difficult, man. It's really difficult for Jordan, even if they are to Imperial already at the same time. Go.
If Jordan even just gets armor, right? Like, even just getting bracer, armor, any of those blacksmith technologies, he's got 3 TCs, which it might not look like it now, but since Vinchester's got 1 TC producing vills, and Jordan's going to have 2, Jordan's vill lead will grow. And then you think about the flexibility of the civs. You have Vietnamese that have more HP on the ranged units, and then they also have good cavalry, all big shots.
Oh, man.
That's what Jordan has to avoid, but I really think Vinchester's kind of on the clock here, man. Like, I think he needs to have more ranges, and he needs to maybe go forward siege workshops for bomber cannons, because I like Vietnamese more in the long term here.
But it's needed 4, I like 2 more, but it's needed 4 tone center. What he needed is also more artillery ranges as well, Jordan. You need to have the numbers, and now the numbers are almost the same, and still with handcart for long ago, with Fervor, I mean, those villages, and we didn't mention a lot, and now he's going to make a 3rd TC, which I like it. The gold South mining and the stone South mining, both are upgrades for free there. It's just insane, seriously.
Love this from Jordan. I don't know if he's paying attention to it, but he just kind of denied the town center. I think Vinch is going to get it up anyways, but Jordan camping the golds. I also love how he's getting relics. Jordan's just going full late game, and Vinchester is just thinking about killing as quickly as possible.
But let's see if it's gonna work. He's doing now at least skirmishes as well, but he still have only double archery range. Yeah, but only double archery range, Tristan, the military numbers are almost the same, and this is what you don't want right now, because obviously having chemistry already, I don't know. Well, the skirmishes are coming. They still didn't raid at all, and a castle forward is gonna happen. I believe.
I like it.
Oh, man.
I like the approach. What I don't like is that Vinchester's taking some losses here. He got caught out. He didn't expect Jordan to move out, and these are crucial kills for Jordan, who now has more military. And now we will see Chemistry, Bracer, all the upgrades for Jordan as he will catch up. And again, he still could even go Imperial Skirm, which is a sick unit against the Bohemians.
Good call.
Bohemian Cavalry is really bad.
Good call. Good call. Well, market forward because he's gonna buy a little bit of his stone probably. He has only 2 villages on stone. He will make the caster forward. He want to go with the caster forward, right, Tristan? Because he know that he's gonna have there with, well, but he's not going too greedy. He's doing on that hill that honestly is not taking anything, but he want to go from there probably and try to keep Jordan in that area. But Jordan can probably avoid that hill and just try to attack his opponent on his base.
Yeah, what gets tricky here is if Vinchester masses the bomber cannons. You can have all the skirms you want in the world, but if they have 4 or 5 bomber cannons more than you do, that's an issue. And Chemistry hasn't completed yet for Jordan, and that's even before we talk about the possibility of Hufnitze, which is the upgraded bomber cannon for Bohemians. So this is what Vinchester wanted. He wanted to be at this stage, but I think he wanted to hit a little earlier, Mem. Jordan has done a really good job.
He's doing good, but Jordan still doesn't have like 120 villages. He's only 10 villages ahead. You know, so it doesn't have a greatest economy. He has 4 TCs, but look at idle TC for Jordan. Like he got the TC, he got protected, but his boom is not super strong at this point. So right now, with this civilization, look at the resources. He's gonna make the upgrade. I call them Sichonegas with mobility, you know. He's doing that one. He's doing Imperial skirmishes, but really, if you make some 3-4 bomber cannons upgraded with the Hufnitze, they're gonna kill everything. They really kill everything.
I like how Jordan is trying something else over here. Because if Jordan just sits and he waits for the pain, it's going to hurt, right? But he's at least trying to keep Vinchester honest and trying to hit Vinchester as he gets Imperial Skirmisher. But 1 bomber cannon's there, and Jordan, he's going to have to face this pressure in the middle.
Yeah, well, they don't have a lot of resources anymore. He's also taking some raiding in the south for those archers in the goal. Thambrin, well, they have Thambrin, well, no Thambrin for Vinchester. And now the goal is out of gold. He's going to lose more Arbalests there with all the Imperial skirmishes. He's doing a great pressure right now, Jordan. A really good one.
Look at what the skirms did next to the tower. Jordan's got 3 groups of skirms. Vinchester, all he wants is to push with the Hufnitze, but he's invested all of his resources into upgrading those, and Jordan's like, okay, see ya, I'm underneath your TC now. Wow. 38 villager lead. How did this happen? This is insane from Jordan.
He lost 20 villages. He lost 20 villages. He was the same almost when I talked to you, and now 40 villages. Look at the population, 78 population, 140. Jordan is back in the cities. Not in the game, in the cities, because that's going to give you also a big boost like, hey, I'm tired. Well, if I'm tired and I lose 2-0, then why I'm not losing 3-0? You are not that tired. You can compete. You can keep going and go to try to come back in the cities in the tournament. Mind the hype, right? Because
this
who knows?
Is like, we also have a game that will potentially go late for one of the home maps. I mean, this tells me that, you know, Vinchester, he got ahead early, but then if it gets to the mid game, maybe Jordan is just a little more comfortable in the other stages. And I mean, Jordan continues to just spam skirms into his base. This guy, he wants to use his cannons forward. He's got 2 cannons defending his farming economy. This is comical.
Man. I mean, crazy. It's really crazy. Keep losing more villages. He's winning for now with Imperial skirmishes against Hufnitze. But now he's going to lose a lot. Don't overcommit because you're going to lose all the army. And honestly, with this, you need a minimum economy. Yes, but if you keep doing all these skirmishes and bomber cannons, the units that Vinchester has are going to be stronger, and you have to be careful. And now he lost quite a lot, but 0 villages on goal for Vinchester.
Yeah, so bad.
0.
And like, Jordan's been all over it, and now he's been using his gold to mass bomber cannons. Look at this. He's got 6. He's like, I might not have the firepower you have, but I have the numbers here. And I think if I were Jordan, I would be comfortable even losing all this army to kill another bomber cannon. And he will, I think. He's going to kill...
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He's overcommitting there, and now look at the numbers. He has, okay, he lost 1. Now he needs to go away, but that castle is going to go down too. Well, he's killing all that. Well, game number 4 will be. It was looking that it wouldn't happen, but now it will, man. 150 population, 81 population, and we can talk about whatever you want now. Because this is impossible now for Vinchester to recover. Look at the score. There's a GG goal.
Vinchester calls it. Sick.
Damn.
That was so sick from Jordan. That was so sick. I think Bohemians are better there, and I think the start was better for Vinch. But, you know, where Vinchester went wrong was he didn't... Maybe he should have gone chemistry, or, sorry, ballistics before chemistry. Like, he didn't utilize chemistry at all. Like, there wasn't a single fight where I looked at it and said, okay, chemistry really helped out there. Like, no. And maybe we can credit Jordan for that because Jordan was able to avoid the fights. But you know, if you're going to go imp, at the very least, don't lose your army, Vinchester. And he took 2 really bad fights for Imperial Age, and Jordan closed it out.
Tristan, Jordan lost 2 villages in the game. So he never attacked. He really never attacked his economy. And if we check the economy at the end, obviously, 10,000 resources more for Jordan, 10K more resources. That's something to take in consideration. 126 villages, 71. And the next game is incredible. It's already there. So
they started already?
Go. Yeah, they started, man. I wanted to go to the toilet a moment, but I can't. I mean, it's started already. Turks and Malay, 35 seconds to start the game, and Turks and Malay. Ouch, this matchup. Ouch, this matchup. I don't know what you think, but Malay is so dangerous, man. It's so dangerous. You need to go really aggressive here with Turks. Because, I don't know. I mean, in the late game, don't take me wrong. If they can go for the late game, I prefer Turks with this map. Because how you going to take those, I mean, Hussars and Cav Archers? How you kill that with Malay?
Yeah, so I
those
think...
Hussars? Don't think so. With +5 armor.
Turks are definitely the better civ if they can get to their options. There's 2 things that come to mind. First off, there's a really good arena build where you go fast feudal for eco upgrades with Malay. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of the arena players have them in their like top 5. The other thing is, what if Vinchester wants to go tower rush? Like, he just won that, whatever the Masters of the Circus or something.
The circus.
Yeah, the circus one. The clown tournament that happened. And Vinchester just tower rushed every single game. So, like, there's a world where, with the walls only being 900 HP and towers just receiving a slight HP buff, that he actually goes for a tower rush, man.
In minute 8?
Yeah.
With Malay?
He could.
Yeah, I mean...
The thing is, Vinchester likes to do it with archers. He likes to fill his towers with archers, and if he gets into your base, then he kills you with archers. So I would actually... I haven't seen it with Malay. I've seen it with other civs, but I think that would actually be the best play because you don't want to give Turks time, and there's nothing that Turks can really do to compete with the fast feudal play.
You know what I see also coming? He's doing the tower rush. You know, going through all aggressive. Maybe he's not killing, but then you don't let the Turks to go for fast cast, Janissar cast, or normal light cap, and then you make transition into fast sim. Want to see drop a caster in his base, and with Malay, it can be done perfectly fine.
Now,
and
here's
can
where
be
it gets
crazy.
weird.
Let's see.
Here's where it gets weird. If Jordan scouts his gold on the outside, which he has scouted, and I mean there might even be stone out there. I got to look. I guess the stone's really far away. And you're expecting the tower rush, it wouldn't be the worst idea to just leave. And that's not something you can do on regular arena, which is an argument against going for the tower rush. And that's also an argument for the Turks, because the Turks can have time because there's so many different things on the outer ring. So I'm excited to see what we have from Vinchester here.
Yeah, so maybe, and he has explored already the goal outside, so maybe tower rush is super tricky here, because as you said, in arena, if you get pushed and your resources placement is bad, you are pretty much GG, but not here.
Yeah, and it's fun for a caster, because like if he were to go to that gold and then he doesn't get tower rushed, we're like, what is he doing out there? Why is he on that? You know, because that's probably what Jordan would be thinking if he were to go for that. But I think, you know, we talked a lot about the possibilities. I think the save play, the given play, as Vinchester uses his scout to bring in the boar. What?
He's doing like this, man. He's doing like, he doesn't care. So if he's doing this, I most likely he's gonna go for the towers. I don't know. He has 4 villages on wood. Mill is just pushing the disc. He'll lure with the scout, as you mentioned. But I like this a lot. You know, it's like Kumans, for example. I like in these kind of maps and Kumans in some, well, Kumans in many of the maps, because you don't know what is gonna happen with Kumans. Double TC with Malay is similar. Like, since they can be up 66% faster, you want to, okay, what is gonna happen? I like those civilizations because there's always happening something different. You know, it's and it's very fun to watch, to cast. So let's see what he's going to do. For now, it's a standard build order completely. We cannot know exactly what he's going to be, but he has pushed already all the Ds. He lured the board with the scout. So a fast opening, and he's doing farms already. If he's doing farms,
I think it's probably fast castle then.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's funny because like the scout will be important for the eventual relics, so I think that this might be fast castle into getting the relics then, because he could actually heal his scout in castle age, and then the fact that his low HP right now doesn't matter. I don't know. That's really unorthodox, but that's a Vinchester thing. I remember he did it a couple months ago, and then he lost his scout in the middle of the map because he had weak scout, and I was annoyed. But it should be better this time.
Also, he knows that he's playing Tristan. He knows that he's playing against a player like Jordan, that he's more likely to go for opening a stable, so light caps, and not a castle and a castle with Janissars. Maybe he was playing against Ruben Stock. He knows that he's gonna make a castle and Janissars 100%. Jordan is having problems with that board. He's having problems with that board. Okay, and now it's the hill there. You have to be careful. Careful with that hill.
Hit. He can fix it with the house. He just needs to fix it with a house. He's fine. He's gonna lose the Vil. Jordan.
Oof. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. He could have lost it, huh? Because he was there, man. He was almost there, but still. As you mentioned, well, he's still in time to go up. If he's not doing, no, he's doing more villages. He's not going for the feudal. He's mining gold now.
I really wanted to see. I think it would have been really cool to see, like 21 population towers, and just pressure Jordan and watch Jordan leave his base. Like that kind of thing is fun to me. You remember bypass?
He's doing.
Like, I love.
No, he's going forward.
I love that.
He's going forward. I mean, you don't go 23 population with Malai. He's going forward. There you go. He's coming. Let's go, baby. So it's gonna be fun. He's going 23 because, as you mentioned, he want to go with archers, right? So he need to go with this build order. If he's going faster, he's only tower ras, but he's doing already the barrack. He's doing, man. We have to love Vinchester, Tristan. It's a tournament game, quarterfinals, 2-1 ahead, and he's going tower ras against Jordan in this map. Let's go, man. What the hell?
And this is for those that don't know. So this used to be very successful in Arena, and this was prior to the Definitive Edition, so 2017, 2018. And I have a funny story. So Vinchester started it. Vinchester and Stark started it. And I was at a meetup with Age of Empires friends, 2018 or something. And we're in a room, and we all have your stream up, Mem. We had your stream up that day, and Viper was next to me, and Viper watches the Tower Rush strategy from Vinchester Stark, and he goes, how are people losing to this? He's like, it's the dumbest strat. A week later, he plays Vinchester. Vinchester kills him with it.
Okay.
So Vinchester he started it. It's back now that the tower HP is a bit higher, and trust me, the Arena players out there, they're not too happy about it right now. So we'll see what happens here, because he's going to break right through.
It's well in all. Be careful what you say, Tristan, because I have another co-caster here. Dile hello.
Hello.
He's my daughter, man. Sit down here. He was listening all the story, yo. So I was paying real attention because he's going to go to sleep, and she always come to tell me good night, you know. He's going to go to sleep now. But he's walling already, and the stone is there. Archie range, okay, is coming, but I mean, I like that he's doing the tower rise, Tristan, but in this map, it's gonna be very complicated. And he put the stone minus a little bit later, an oath, right? It will be in time to make another tower when he's breaking.
The thing about this is it completely stops whatever strategy Jordan was going for. If it was going to be Janissaries, he wouldn't be able to get to Janissaries. And if it was going to be Boom, Jordan can't go for Janissaries. And if it's going to be Light Cav, he's not going to be able to do that either. Like, Jordan's going to have to respect this. And Jordan, for the time being, is just walling. But if Jordan clicks up, he's going to have 2.5 minutes where he won't have Loom. And he's not going to have Army. And this is going to leave Vinchester untouched at home. You cannot counterattack on Arena, which is what makes this so strong.
Yeah.
Vinchester didn't even have Loom, actually.
No, he doesn't have the Loom, because he see that Jordan is just going for fast castle, and he's going with villas on goal. He doesn't have even a barrack or a stable, because a stable, remember, is going to be automatically light cap with pierce armor extra, so against this army, they will destroy. And now he's gonna go probably siege or shot, but this is exactly what Vinchester want, because he's gonna make some towers. We'll have also archers. The towers are now 850 HP, and probably he will try to make some economy, and I don't know, in a potential Imperial from 1TC. We will see. What is Jordan going to do now? Siege? He can move to make some more economy, but he's getting map control, Vinchester.
Yeah, it's most likely going to be siege. The likelihood that Jordan takes out a tower or two is there, but he can never add a second town center. And Vinchester, meanwhile, he has his wood upgrade, he has his farm upgrade, and since you advance faster to the next stage with play,
no loom,
you spend
no loom, Jordan.
time researching.
No loom, Jordan. This can be very bad. If he's diving in with the archers, he can really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, true. It's interesting how Vinchester's sending 2 villagers back. It's like in Vinchester's eyes, he's happy with what he's done, and he wants those villagers to work now. Man, you know what would be so sick? I wish players would do this, is if they stonewalled the opponent in. I would love to see Vinchester try that.
Yeah, well, but in this map is more unlikely because of, well, you can move. Jordan leave, now doing the loom, siege or shop. I believe that he can see absolutely everything. Well, honestly, I don't know if this is going to be effective, Tristan, but this is a lot more fun to watch than the normal gameplay. He's going in with the archers, but, well, I don't know if he's going to achieve something there. He's going to be trapped himself.
There's some weak archers, yeah, that Lycav could do some stuff there.
Yeah, look at that armor.
It's interesting. I mean, so far, so good for Jordan, right? The thing is that the siege is going to be pretty unhelpful for Jordan to ever hit Vinchester. But I think Vinchester normally has done a little bit more. Denied a gold. He didn't know what was in there, where everything was. And he's got to be careful with those archers now. I mean, if the villager and the 5 archers get killed, that's then an advantage for Jordan.
Yeah, but I think he's fine. And Jordan economy is not really great. He has 5 farmers, 20 villages on wood. You can see how he's not balancing all in one lumber camp. And in the meanwhile, well, W task horse color from the start, farming now a lot. My stone gold is doing now a stable. He's gonna keep the aggression, or he's gonna go now a scout. No. Okay, he's taking too much resources to kill one tower, Tristan, you know?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I'm not a big fan, as Vinchester almost kills a vill there. I'm not a big fan of Vinchester's eco balance either. He's got 19 on wood and only 12 on food. So it's not like he's going to click up right now, and that villager and these archers are going to be killed. Back when this strategy used to be more prevalent, the towers had 1,000 HP, and Jordan is adding a second town center. So, you know, Jordan can't necessarily go to Vinchester's base, but Jordan's got a 5 OKD, and I think he's going to have taken out the towers. Like, Vinchester's macro behind this, not what we expected to see.
Yeah, but he has to be careful here, Jordan, because even if he's looking at he's in better position, he has no real food to keep going to TCs. Well, he has the market, not a lot of gold, is repairing the mangonels still. He doesn't want to let him wall. Look, he now did a scout as well, but this is a light cap, and you don't want to lose. Oh, wow. But now he killed his own light cap. Yep. Well, that's really bad, Tristan, because he doesn't have a stable and he has a monastery, so he could kill that light cap, and with that light cap he can do a lot of damage, also information, and I don't know, he's gonna be up in a moment to cast. It's up to cast now Vinchester, that is gonna be very quick, because he's Malay, but he's fine now, Jordan, because he's wall. It's wall, but still, Tristan, 7 villages ahead for Vinchester. So...
Yeah, and that's, like, the thing is, though, if you go for a standard boom with Malay, you're probably already going to be that many vills ahead because you advance so fast. So I'm happy with Jordan's position here. I think what's especially good was he didn't go for the second TC until he had the farms to do it. Now I think the timing for the third TC should be coming soon. And I guess the only concern then is the relics, right? Will he get relics? Will he even contest for relics, as he does have the monk out already?
But he's gonna... I mean... Jordan is doing what Vinchester want, because he doesn't have army. He's doing now a barrack, you know, and what Vinchester is going to do is a castle forward, I believe. He's doing more scout, gonna take the relics. Not that one in the north, because he's gonna take it. Jordan is taking that one. And where to put the castle now? Because, to be honest, a castle here is not gonna do like anything. Double monastery. Okay.
Whoa.
What is he planning? I think he's just planning 1 TC to Imperial. I don't know. But he has no
I
economy.
thought he was going to drop town centers, to be honest with you. But this might be instant redemption here, Mem. He might make 1 monk and then use the other monastery to research redemption to convert the siege. But you're going to need pikemen then too, right? Because Jordan could always go light cav. And you can actually see, if you're in Vinchester's point of view, he could see the stable was going up because the mangonels were attacking the house. And you always get vision around the mangonels when they're attacking your stuff. And oh my god, the scouts are in!
Inside! He's gonna take down the monk, he's gonna micro, he killed his own, and now he's gonna take the mic. Oh! He might if he's doing light cap, but now this is so annoying. This is really annoying. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I mean, at the same time, though, I think Vinchester, while he's happy with killing the monk, I think he probably wants his scouts on the map at the moment. But
he's gonna kill the
he's trying his best. Yeah, like, what do you do here, Jordan?
Okay.
You gotta get your light cav and your spearman there.
He's trying to kill the Mangonel. He's trying to force him to kill the Mangonel himself, but he didn't. He still have double monastery, now the second TC, so he's doing some economy. And there's a scout in the other light cap, but still, now Jordan is 5 levels ahead. Well, as you mentioned, probably Jordan is ahead in this situation now, but he has to be careful. Malai is so dangerous. Really dangerous.
Yeah, and the relics too. I mean, having 5 relics, plus with the potential to always push the opponent. There's hills on this map, unlike Arena in the middle, so that forward stone, forward gold is looking really vulnerable for Jordan. And I think light cav's the play. I think I'm really glad that he made the stables before the 3rd TC, because if he just boomed, he would be in big trouble here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, he's not gonna have a smooth, clear boom here because he's doing some light caps. He's also doubly stable. 3 TCs will be hard to keep all the economy. And we can see how Vinchester is doing a 3rd TC as well. And he's still floating out to mold with the stone to make the castle. I don't know. The game is gonna go for the late game, Tristan.
I don't like
redemption.
Vinchester is farming in the middle. If you're gonna farm next to your main TC. Like, if you ever lose that ground, you don't want to have farmers there. That's really annoying.
Okay. Well, the light guards are there. The monks, be careful with those. He has spears as well. Already 4 monks. They go sanity. He's trying to get those light guards. As you mentioned, it's not 5 relics, but it's 4 relics. Man, seriously, 20 farmers. He can now stop doing villages and go into Imperial. And go to Imperial super
fast. I think you just hold the control, right? Like, I think you just hold the control. As Jordan goes in, Jordan could deny the castle and kill all these monks. Oh my god. That's huge for Jordan.
Oh, the Mangonel. Nah, but he has the scout here. Remember that he has redemption, you know, and those light guys, okay, he's gonna lose now. He's gonna make a tower. I don't know if this is needed. We will see. Well, why he's not doing some knight here, Vinchester, maybe? He has a stable. Or I mean, something else. Something stronger. Because now...
Oh, the attack round from Jordan. Jordan could deny this.
Almost.
The scouts aren't that strong, and with repairs
and
the headshot on the spears,
He's keep throwing.
Game 5 here.
But he's keep throwing here, Vinchester. I don't know. He's not doing army. I mean, he's obsessed to go up to Imperial and not doing army right now. And he got redemption, but then he doesn't have monks. He has 2 monks, no spears, no army, no nothing. And that castle will never happen now anymore.
No, and this just makes Jordan's boom even stronger. Jordan realizes redemption is in, and he's running away. And he's going to kill one of the monks. The other one has to hop into the town center.
But why he's not doing army, Tristan?
Needs to keep going.
I mean, he has a lot of resources, yes, but if you go up to Imperial with 0 army and 0 map control, then he's useless. And you need the castle to be up.
I think he wanted Trebs. I think the mistake there for Vinch is he left the area. Just stay next to your castle and keep a couple spearmen there, and you're fine.
Yeah. Well, but let's see. He's going to go. If he convert, the problem is the monks is too powerful. He's really too powerful now. And now they can be with block print in 12 range. And, oh man, but you don't want to lose those. He's now trying to convert this. There's another monk. He didn't make a single... Oh, Mangonel now converted. Okay. He's going to take the ram. No. And there's the scout. They're still losing a lot, Tristan.
Yeah, but that castle, Mem, is being rammed right now.
Yeah.
Even if he completes it, it's going to be on fire. Like, he needs to build it now. And if he deletes it, he's not going to have the stone to actually build one. It's 84 villagers versus 61. Vinchester looked amazing the first game.
He has to delete
Jordan
it.
Looked a
delete
little
it.
tired.
Sorry, Tristan is losing all the stone. Delete it.
Yep.
He lost
Stone's
all this. What? What's happening?
This is over.
Yeah.
This is over, man.
I mean,
was a single villager to the push.
What's going on?
And Jordan's economy has just been expanding like crazy, and now he's got the perfect counter. Fast imp into dead. I know a lot of people like this strategy at lower elo.
Fast imp into nothing. I mean, dead into nothing, man. I mean, what the hell?
And Jordan's like, I'll place a castle. Normally, you would not want to place a castle against someone who's imp, but he knows that Vinchester has nothing.
Yeah, he has nothing. I mean, he doesn't have even what? He's gonna lose the 4 relics now. He's gonna lose all the damn relics. He's doing now chemistry. Okay, you can make bomber cannons, but Jordan is about to go up to Imperial. He's clicking Imperial right now with all the map control. Decided game, Tristan.
Yeah, Jordan has got to be a little careful. The one Mangonel did just get converted.
Okay.
And Vinchester's trying. This is so funny. He's trying. Oh! No way!
He killed another monks. Oh my god! He killed all the monks now.
No
What's going
way.
on? Is the circus again? What?
Don't tell me this gets denied.
He's gonna deny that one?
Denied.
He killing all the villages now? Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna complete, surely.
Yeah, it's gonna make it.
Jordan's gonna get it. It's fine. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
You look at the score. It was 1,700 behind in a moment. It's almost the same. 65 villages only. Population very, very low. He's gonna go Arbalest. He's gonna have bomber cannons, but he has no army, man. He really has no army.
He doesn't have. The thing is, as well, is like he's got 2 barracks, and he could probably make like 5 to 10 pikemen. Jordan's got 38 on food, so with getting Hussar for free, I think Jordan doesn't need anything but just straight Hussar here, and also a siege workshop to make bomber cannons. But Jordan should be fine from here. I'd be very surprised if he loses this, but you know, Vinchester is going to try and go into Arbalest. He's going to try and push the castle with a bomber cannon.
But this is a really big surprise in the performance in this game by Vinchester, really. Not even deleting that castle. I think he got the ideal situation. He maybe was overconfident. I think he overconfident there.
He just didn't. Yeah. You just don't need to move. Like, he moved to the left side to chase 3 light cap. Just sit next to your castle. It's definitely shocking.
But even
the course of the entire
Tristan,
game.
He got the stable there. If you make, he didn't have even monks. 2 elephants that are very cheap, and that's fine.
Yeah, anything. Yeah,
anything. 2 elephants that are very cheap. Okay,
but this is the problem. Like, so Vinchester in the previous game lost for a similar reason. He tries to be too cute. Like, if you play perfection, you get your castle up, you're faster imp, you're good. But if you make mistakes, even a small mistake, trying to play that fast imp, you can throw the game. And
oh my god, look at the Hussars. Look at the Hussars now.
Dive right in here.
Okay, he converts something. He converts a couple of Hussars. That's really great. He's starting to lose. Now Jordan, this is incredible, man. Now Jordan is the one that has no economy at all. And is he switching into Cav Archers? Did he need really Cav Archers? If he's going full Hussars, he might be fine. And right now, he's going to lose the castle, Tristan. Maybe it's not over anymore. What's going on?
I agree with you. I mean, Cav Archer is definitely a good late game thing here. I'm a little shocked to see this. I think he saw 4 pikemen and just assumed that would be a problem. But like, Vinch has pikemen with no upgrades, and he has crossbow with bodkin and chemistry. Like, that is not an imp army. Oof. And yet he's pushing, and Vinchester's economy isn't that bad. So maybe Vinchester, as he will still have 3 relics, can actually stay in this game.
Yeah, and Tristan, for the army he's doing, it's not like he's gonna go paladins. He has already 4 bomber cannons. He has monks with block printing. He can go arbalest because he's now doing the... What's going on?
This is insane. I mean, like, Cav Archers are great, though. So if he can get enough of them, the Cav Archers are great. Thing is, you need a castle for Sipahi. You need to research Bloodlines, which would have actually helped Jordan's Hussar and his Cav Archers. So that's a big, big miss. It's like... Yeah. There are games where it's back and forth, crazy talent, action. Obviously, these guys are talented. But both players are doing their best to throw situations in this game. Like,
they're trying good, They're trying good. I agree.
And then, like, the other guy keeps climbing back from the dead somehow.
Imagine if he's doing now a castle there, Vinchester, is on his economy, and it's a lot of bomber cannons. Like, he's killing the buildings super fast. And now those are arbalists. And, well, I like a lot the Cav Archers, but if you have good amount of arbalists, you might be fine against those Cav Archers. If the arbalists are fully upgraded, obviously.
I'm really worried for Jordan, but he is starting to expand his buildings in the back. So at least he recognizes that he's starting to lose ground and he's expanding elsewhere. But Jordan's got 2 stables. He's relying mainly on the Cav Archers, and the Cav Archers still could go down to Bombard Cannons here.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an old army. He doesn't have an old army right now, Vinchester. Let's see, the Cav Archers are coming. Oh, the Bombard Cannon shot. Oof, the micro here. Tristan is... He's microing good.
Wow.
He's microing good. Both players, actually.
Wow.
It's starting to increase the level of the game. Tristan is starting to... And look at the raid in the south. This was sloppy by Vinchester. In this situation, you need to be wall. The gap is really easy because now the Hussars can get all your economy. And your economy is not exactly really great. But he's getting into Jordan economy as well at the same time. Who is winning this game, Tristan?
I think Jordan's winning, but I mean, the potential is there for Vinchester to take this. You know, Vinchester, he needs to kind of ignore the south. As much as he wants to attack that, that's not an issue right now. You need to continue to push into Vinchester's base. And I like the idea from Jordan because ideally, you distract Vinchester enough where he has to send pikemen back. And you're seeing that now. Pikemen are heading down to that TC. A big fight again, and these Cav Archers don't have Sipahi yet, but Jordan's going to go in, and he just wants the Bombard Cannons, and he should get them, but he's misclicked a couple times. He's only got 2 out of the 4, and the other ones have to retreat for Vinchester.
Yeah, it's just still losing a lot.
Of CA.
Look at the score. Look at the score. He's still losing a lot of CA. And, well, the army he's doing is much more expensive. He's doing a castle. Look at the castle he's doing right now, Jordan, because he's kind of afraid that he can lose the game. But now the Bombard Cannons are down. Still, Arbalets are an old 15 Arbalets, 15 Pikes. Don't think he's an old Arbalets. He's a lot of Cav Archers, Tristan. 26.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. If there's ever a point where the CA mass stays, this is a problem for Malay. Malay need to have probably like 30 to 40% more army to have a chance. And now, Jordan might be able to finally put the final nail in the coffin. He's got almost full upgrades on the Hussars in defense anyways. He just needs a final armor. If he could get a few Hussars with that many Cav Archers, I think he could take the main fight.
Yeah, but the castle, he's gonna make a castle forward. A castle there is gonna help a lot. Look at the castle he's doing.
Yeah.
Look at the castle he's doing. And now he's getting more and more armies. 41, 36. As you mentioned, if he go for 110 villages, no more, with Malay is a no. He has 88, still I think
90,
is
90 military, yep.
And 90 military
you still don't have help, and there's still not a single upgrade for the pikemen. So the Hussars are actually one of the biggest problems right now.
Yeah, but the castle's
Jordan
gonna be
doesn't
there.
have ballistics yet. Like, Jordan's missing a lot of these shots because he doesn't even have ballistics. So this pressure has gotten to him big time. Yeah, I don't even know if he has a university, to be honest. He probably just sees he has chemistry and is so used to
I'm checking, but no, he has
chemistry.
in the north. Between the castle and the TC. He has, so he just forgot.
True.
He just forgot about that. Now Thambrin. Well, all this time without Thambrin? Oh my god. Well, but it's starting to have Vinchester a lot of farming. And this is 92 villages already. And as we mentioned, over 100 is okay. Conscription right now. If he managed to do Habardiers and these Arbalets, he can take the game?
Maybe. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there's still more things that Jordan could be doing as well here. And still no ballistics, but the army count for Vinchester is insane. And Jordan's really struggling because of where this fight is happening. This is happening in the middle of his base, so he's setting gather points in his military, and it's just slowly getting picked off.
And Relic's gone again.
Great for Vinchester to get the relics, and Vinchester might be able to snipe a Bombard Cannon. I think, no. Wisely backs away. What an insane game, man. Like,
it's incredible.
I think
it's brutal.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good if there's a couple mistakes here or there, because this is what happens, man. Like, this is an amazing Age of Empires game.
Make all be more fun, Tristan, more fun. And you can see now the Bombard Cannons is crucial here for both players. The problem here is that if you check, no relics anymore for Jordan, and only, well, no goal at all. He want to go Hussar, but 40 farmers, when you are under this pressure, is not that much farmers anymore, Tristan. I don't know if you agree. Like, you need a lot more farms to spam now Hussars, because he's microing like God. He's not microing a lot. The score is getting closer, and probably he's gonna get deleting the score Vinchester, which is incredible. This is an incredible battle. He's controlling the units like, I don't know, man. So good right now.
Jordan played so well to survive Vinchester's initial attack in this game, and then Vinchester played so well to recover after he failed miserably with that castle. I still feel like, you know, like, the stable's going up for Jordan in the northern corner. He's got 1,000 food in the bank, and I know it was only 40 farmers, but he hasn't been spending food, and I think that if he can just wait a little bit more. Wait till he's got like 10, 15 more Hussars. He could take an amazing fight, but Vinchester needs to not allow that time. Vinchester needs to continue to push, and he does an extensive bomber cannon. Yeah. Wow, man.
Yeah, and he's starting to make the infantry. 102 villas, Christian. 102 villas. If he's doing halberdiers, oh boy, oh boy. This is a lot of fireballs, 51, but a lot of army for Jordan. 37 cav archers, hussars as well, bomber cannons. But with this amount of fireballs and the bomber cannons, I'm not sure. It's not heavy cav archers, by the way, so they are not fully upgraded. Not heavy cav archers, and no ballistic.
No ballistics. Like, when the army moves for Vinchester, he's not taking losses.
He's killing all.
Still, when the units sit there, it's fine, but my goodness. Also, did you say he got Thumb Ring? Because it does not look like he has Thumb Ring to me.
Thumb Ring, Vinchester. I'm not sure about Jordan.
I don't think he does, because just how slow his units are firing here.
Yeah, it looked like not.
So high for both.
He's looked like not.
Game.
Oh man, this is brutal.
Control. Vinchester's bomber cannon control is insane though, and Jordan's trying to raid in the south a little bit to distract him.
Yeah, but he doesn't care anymore about that.
Game.
He doesn't care anymore. One thing that I think Vinchester should do, he has another stone behind that castle. If he mines a stone to get another castle there, then he might. Anyway, those cav archers, even without the upgrades, look how strong they are, huh? They are strong.
They've got 90 HP. Oof. And missing ballistics, we think missing Thumb Ring, and then also no heavy cav archer. But my concern now for Jordan, he's got gold, but for how long? Like, if Vinchester holds this position for 20 minutes, Jordan will be out of all of his gold with no relics. So Jordan actually needs to be pushing the middle or the sides right now. And if I were Vinch, I would actually stonewall the sides. Where I could, I would add a stonewall there. I think that would be huge.
But he can. There's a village on the right side. Look at that barrack and the outpost. Gets a village. He can wall. Easily.
Yeah.
Wall.
Yeah, just wall.
You wall on that area.
Stonewall that.
Yeah, and that's it. Anyway,
also,
the halves is the key here. He needs pikes.
Yeah, I agree. But, like, I don't know if Vinch needs to push. I think he needs to snag those relics. It's so tricky. Because on one hand, like, we say he doesn't need to push because of the position, but he's against Turks, and Turks are a lot stronger.
Elite skirmishes,
so it's hard.
I prefer the halves. I don't think Elite skirmishes is gonna add a lot when they hussars there. It's true that there's not a lot of hussars. He's at the limit with the foot, Jordan. But the longer the game goes, the most that he can expand himself. So I'm not sure. It's still 112 villages. At some point, he will have the halberdiers. I mean, he has already 112 villages. Still not a lot of farms. Okay. And still on that area, mining stone now with 2 villages. Bomber cannon is still there. The relics still didn't pick by Vinchester. And Jordan is gonna pick them. Yes. Now he's doing already the monk and heavy cav archer. That's insane, Tristan.
Okay. But at the same time, why are we making the monastery 20 feet away from where all of your friends and family are dying? Like, I know the monk probably doesn't make the decision, and it's probably the god that's in the skies, but like, so many pro players do this. Don't put your relics 20 feet away from where you lost them before. like, come on, Jordan. You got to think a little bit more about this one, buddy.
Tristan.
Will he ever get ballistics?
No, he won't. He probably forgot completely at this point. But look at the resources for Vinchester. He can do Onagers, for example, that can work really well here. But I will just go halves, few barracks and halberdiers. Then if you micro, like he's micro until now, they are going to be killing them all. Catamid warriors on the left, killing villages there to Jordan. Okay. That's pretty insane. Amount of army more for Jordan, man. Jordan has a better army and more army as well. He should be not having that big problems, and 2,000 gold there.
He's got 4,000 HP on those cav archer mass. The arbalest mass has 1,300 HP. So I think the most important thing for Vinchester is don't move in a way where Jordan will realize he doesn't have ballistics, because if you move from like left to right here and then Jordan can tell, that would be an issue.
And if he doesn't have Thumb Ring, it's really insane. What do you think?
He's missing it.
Will you buy with those 2,000 gold? Will you buy a castle? Because if Vinchester put a castle there, then it's huge. How you counter?
Yeah,
and
I like it.
Yeah, buy a castle there. He need to make a castle right now.
I think the big thing for him is not getting raided on the sides, so we can continue this push, and getting those 2 relics. Like, he doesn't actually need to push in, because eventually Jordan will lose gold. If you look in the right corner, Jordan's running out. If you look on the left, Jordan's running out. I mean, they still have so much, but if this game goes on for another 20 minutes, Jordan should die.
Yeah,
and now
200
Ballistics
population.
is coming in.
200 pop.
Ballistics. Jordan.
Ballistic.
This is the game of the day, though, man. This is a really good game.
It can be the last. We will see. Tristan, take the resources. 3,000 gold with Malai in the back right now. 3,000 gold, but please. Onager upgrade, well. He's doing the Onagers, but he has to be careful with the Hussars. He's taking the relics. I really believe that Halbardiers is needed. And also 40 farmers, maybe 50 for him.
Yeah.
It's so many units for both players, Tristan. It's so many. 77 army for Jordan. No way that he can lose now that. Those Hussars with fully upgraded the bomber cannons. He's gonna take absolutely everything now. He's gonna clean everything from Vinchester. Absolutely.
Yeah, what a position here, too. He gets around the Arbalest, and then he groups up a fourth of his Cav Archers to snipe the Bomber Cannons. And we've been saying it, man. Like, Malay need 80, 90 military. Their military is just not as strong. And we have a massive score dip. Now would be a great time for Jordan to come in with Bomber Cannons to push these castles down. And I'm not sure Ballistics was necessarily it. He really needed his mass. But now he's got to be feeling good once again. As he's even sending some army.
Where's the help there? Where's the helps? I'm missing the helps. I mean, Halbardiers, when you are against Hussars, you need helps. Halves and Arbalists is the way to go. But guys, look at this Onager. Sneaky Onager killing the bomber cannon, so important. He's gonna take it. And now more Onagers coming. This game is not even close to be over, Tristan.
Well,
but
I think the big deal is that Jordan's got that corner right next to Vinch's base. And then Jordan's now running to the south. So Jordan, before, he could never justify going to those areas. Now he can. And this is like this normally is going to benefit the player who has mobility. So I'm worried for Vinchester now.
Halbardiers. Well, Vinchester has now 135 villas. He has even too many villas. And he didn't wall anything at all. I think this is the biggest mistake, honestly. If you avoid the raiding, because remember one thing. Tristan, Turks don't have Onagers. He cannot cut even. So if you wall properly, you're not gonna get surprised. If he's coming, he's gonna come through the walls. Not gonna cut ever. So it's not gonna raid by surprise. So if you wall, you're fine. And with Habs and Arbalists, I mean, they're so cheap. The army he has, Jordan, is super. Oh my god, the Onagers! Oh my god, 3 Onagers. He's gonna make the shot or not? No, he's microing properly. And those Cav Archers don't even die.
Archers. Yeah, I think the Cav Archers could take a lot of hits there too. But look at this in the left corner. You have Trebs from Vinchester, so he's been aware of that castle. Obviously, they have the main fight right now, but I think Jordan is going to lose that castle on the left side.
Explain me how this is possible, because he killed all Jordan. Vinchester is again with 200 population, and now with Halbardiers as well. What's going on?
Well, okay, so but imagine, like right before you take that fight, if you're Jordan, if you have 4 bomber cannons, the castle for Vinch is gone. Right?
Yeah.
But he didn't have the bomber cannon number, so he's got to try again here. He's got to get a full mass, 200 pop. You take a big fight, and then you take down the castle.
Yeah, this is starting to be harder and harder for Jordan, because the Halbardiers are there. He's gonna be with plate mail armor, and I don't understand why he's not doing the bomber cannons as you mentioned, because look at the goal for Jordan. But this is the crucial point here. 4 relics, 1 relic. How many villas on gold for Jordan? Even if he has 2,000 gold in the bank?
Yeah, he's got none. He's got none. Now, there is some gold in that corner that he could lose. But look at Jordan. He's using the Hussars. He baited the Karambit Warriors towards his castle. That was a nifty little play. He's going to keep that corner. And he does have bomber cannons at his base now. So 40 Cav Archers on the field. Still has had Cav Archers in the south at Vinchester's eco. Like, Vinchester, I mean, it still could go either way. But I still kind of feel like Jordan has the advantage. I just don't know, man. As I said,
70 farmers
are going down.
Well, 70 farmers, Jordan. 70 farmers. Finally, now with bomber cannons. Those bomber cannons don't have artillery. You know, they could be 14 range. That is insane. That castle is gonna go down. It's still losing quite a lot. And I don't know. He's raiding the farmers also on the left with 1 Hussar. He need to wall. I don't understand why. Sometimes the players are walling everything, and sometimes they don't wall at all. And in this map, in this game, against this civilization, the walls is a must.
Yeah, I think half of it is like his micro was so good. Like if he starts to do other things, maybe his micro wasn't good earlier, and Jordan bringing this back, 185 pop. Again, keep an eye on the army value, everybody. That is the cost of the army, and the second number is how much gold is attached to that. And so Jordan's army is more expensive, and with that, it's going to have a lot more HP. You're looking at tons of HP on the Cav Archers and the Hussars, whereas Halbs and Arbs are very weak. And now Vinchester has no gold, and while he might have 4 relics, I still worry for him.
Well, for relics still when? Because he's coming with the bomb. Heavy blow, congratulations. But look at the castle he's doing on the right side with 1 villager. I mean, is this respectful, this? 1 villager?
He's just calm, man. He's calm, but he needs a castle on the left side with 2 villagers because there's Hussars running in. An incredible game. Jordan is quite the entertainer, man. He covered all the previous sets. He hosted the event, and now when he's playing, I think his game has been the best one of the day here. But he would love to take it to a game 5. Like, what a ridiculous match this is.
But he's open also on the left. Tristan, look at those Hazard, Halberd. He's open, he overchopped. He need to wall that or he's gonna be raided all the game. It's crazy that with all this raiding, he's still 200 population, Vinchester. Seriously, he's getting raided constantly and 200 pop. But I don't think if he's losing the middle, he's gonna be able to win the game anymore. That castle obviously is not up. Look at the castle. He obviously lost it because he lost that villager and he's half.
Also, Hussar, he's got skirms like on the right side that are dying. I mean, this is Jordan. He's being calm in the middle, slowly pecking away, and he continues to send in raids on the sides. This is perfect play. Also, if you need gold from here, not that Jordan does, you have enough farmers, as there's a big shot there, to just sell some food to get gold. So I think Jordan's okay.
Yeah, well,
he's in an amazing position now.
He needs artillery. He has now 645 stone, as you can see. So when those bomber cannons are gonna be 14 range, oh boy, oh really boy. And this is incredible because guys, usually Jordan is almost getting wake up at this time, guys, you know, because he will be, he will be sleeping 5 hours ago, you know. I mean, it's a little bit exaggerated, but this is crazy. 9 hours of streaming, Tristan, because you started from the start as well, I believe. So 9 hours already with the tournament, with the quarterfinals. And remember that tomorrow is the semis, and they are trying to get a spot in the semifinals, and we don't really know who is going to be the last contender.
Well, I can tell you this is going to a game 5 at this rate, because the eco is really starting to struggle now for Vinchester. 120 villagers looks good, but if you add up the numbers, he's got like 90 villagers working, and that's it. And yes,
he wallet something.
Yes, his units are cheap.
He wallet finally. He made in the overchop on the left, and he's really not winning this game, Vinchester, because of those raiding, really. And he did an amazing micro, but right now Jordan is taking a lot. He's really taking a lot. Those relics are going to be gone. JJ Cole and decided game incoming. Tristan, what is this?
That was insane, man. It's
awesome.
Like we talked about it after game 2. It didn't look good for Jordan. It looked so good for Vinch. And there was almost that feeling at game 3 that, okay, Jordan, he's had a rough day. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's going to get rolled over here. But man, what a fight, man. What a fight. I mean, now Vinchester's kicking himself. Now he's kicking himself about the castle, because that castle situation was bad. His castle got denied, didn't delete it, didn't get any stone back. But then suddenly he starts bringing it back, and Jordan brings it back. I think it just got to the stage of the game where Turks are better than Malay, honestly.
They do.
If you look at the KD's good, but I think Turks are just better than Malay here. Great hold by Jordan.
They do, but I really think, in my opinion, that Vinchester lost this game a couple of times in the same game. First, with the castle, then being slow with the halberdiers, then not walling at all. I mean, he didn't wall at all. And if you are trying to push in one spot, you have to secure your sides, your flanks, let's say. And he never did it. Never did it, and he lost the game. And now, let's say, because probably they are starting already. No.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Been really quick.
Last game.
It might take a deep breath here.
Yeah. Crazy.
It might take a deep breath here after that one. Real quick, just to sum up on the resources, Vinch actually had 4K more gold collected. And a lot of that was the relics. But I say this about Malay, they can make a lot of units because their units, are cheap, right? Like Halbs or the two-handed swordsmen, which don't cost gold. But the units aren't that great. That's just the truth of the matter. They do have like elephants you could consider, but Turks, on the other hand, you've got the 14 range bomber cannons, the Cav Archers, the Hussars. Turks are a powerhouse. Jordan just needed to get there, and he got there.
Yeah, and we forget that he was like half of the game or more without those. Anyway, it's gonna be game number 5, Mr. Tristan, and I'm gonna.
Man, and it looks like they're starting too.
Yeah. Who just in time? I just came, man. And man, what a game and what a series, what a day. Well, when you are tired, but you get series like this, like you don't feel that weak in your body anymore. I mean, we're gonna feel probably later, but right now the hype is real, Tristan. And we have a Slavs and Saracens. Oof. I prefer Slavs in this map. Don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think Slavs are top 5 on this map, right? I mean, Saracens, it's a question of, okay, we haven't really seen this Civ a lot, except for rare situations in general, but Slavs, they performed very well in an earlier series on Regicide Fortress, and typically this map revolves around a lot of farms, a lot of scouts, and Slavs have the fastest farms. So, if I were to make a little tier list for this particular map, you're probably talking a Civ like Magyars, and maybe a Civ like Huns, Franks, Mongols, and then Slavs have to be in there. So Vinchester, he did lose the previous game. He's actually lost 2 games in a row now.
Yeah.
It can all go away if he just wins this one here.
Tristan, did you cast Vinchester versus Cito?
I didn't cast it. I heard game 2 was incredible. I didn't actually get to see any of those games.
La Madness, over 2 hours in this map.
No way it was over 2 hours.
Over 2 hours in this map with Bulgarians with Bulgarians versus Burgundians. You know?
Okay.
Like incredible.
That was game 2 then, I guess? Because that was the one I heard about.
It was game 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. That's awesome. I like to see it. I mean, games tend to end pretty quick here. So I feel like a game going to 2 hours on Land Madness is even crazier than a game going to 2 hours on
the previous map, or in the previous map, for example. Anyway, we're this map, Tristan, that there's a lot of resources. Like, for example, we are not gonna see towers or stuff like this because we see, look, around Vinchester TC, 1, 2, 3, a pack of berries, gold at the back. I mean, there's a lot of resources. It's a lot more about the woodland and also the raiding, because the woodland you cannot really protect completely like in normal maps. But that's why I prefer the Slavs here. I believe that Scouts opening is super strong in this map. I mean, you can go scout with Saracens, but I don't know.
Well, I think it comes down to if you can wall mem, and I don't know if this is a recent trend or if people just started, like, I don't know if it's the map script or if people just started to get smarter. But while you can't wall in the rock terrain, look at Jordan's base. Let's say you start on the left near the gold, wall in towards the TC, and from the TC to the right all the way to the edge of the map. You would get all your wood line because you have this giant chunk of wood, you have your berries, you have multiple golds, and you even have deer.
You got everything,
so I think the wall potential is there, and I look at Vinchester, and this is more of a normal Land Madness generation, and I can't use my imagination to do that as easily for Vinchester.
Yeah,
so I would say Jordan has the potential here to wall, full wall himself even.
Yeah. I mean, let's see what they are going to do. For now, it's 3 villages on wood for both players. No. 4 villages on wood for Vinchester with the Slavs. Is he gonna go men at arms?
Well, it did work in game 1 and 2.
Can be.
But if it worked in game 1 and 2.
Tristan, how crazy is this game that is looking so smooth, flawless? We were talking how good playing is Vinchester, and now Jordan that was looking, I'm tired. I'm giving you the sheeps because I don't want to compete. Take the sheeps.
Yeah, true.
Bam! 2 games in a row.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. I mean, I spoke to Jordan about ACCM because in game 4 versus Dow, he lost a game that he probably could have won. He made some mistakes, and he returned and just played out of his mind in game number 5. And that's a testament to the competitive nature and the mindset of these guys. Like, one of Jordan's greatest strengths is, I think, his mindset. He's not a player to really get down on himself, and he always is going to have a solid belief in his abilities. And that's what we saw in the last 2 games. So I'm excited here. For Vinchester, you've got to have a stronger mindset than even Jordan now, because you're feeling worse.
Smiley face.
You had 2 chances before
this.
So.
We could say that these guys are the 2 smiley faces of the community. Like, they always smile. Jordan is well known. Vince also always smiling as well. No problem. So let's see now who's going to smile the last here. We see already both players, Tristan, on the way to feudal. It's at the same time, exactly the same time. We don't see yet any barracks, so the barrack is there, militias. He's going militias. I mean, it makes sense also with the Slavs, no? It can be a strong, this opening with the Slavs. And it worked, as you mentioned, in the first 2 games. The problem is, if Jordan is going to be fully wall, he's going goal as well. So he's going to go arches, Jordan.
Yep. Yeah, the full wall will take some time, but I think if you just defend from it, if you scout it, which he's looking for, then you know it's coming, push it away, hopefully get the walls down. But I honestly, Meb, the reason I bring that up is because I played against ACCM in the qualifier, and the dude was full walled at like minute 11, and I was like so annoyed because I couldn't do the same thing, and it was a rough time. So I think like Jordan being full walled is definitely something that would have to happen way later in the game after a bunch of different steps.
Well, let's see. I would love to see feudal aggression, you know, and transition to castles or whatever. I mean, I love the game, you know, but I don't feel right now for a 2 hours game in this map, you know. Like, I mean, we can do it. If we have to do it, we can do it. But my goodness, you know, 2 hours right now after 9 hours. Well, let's see. Well, it can be epic, honestly. And these cities, crazy stuff. Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt. Look at Jordan's point of view real quick, okay? He did not see the barracks at all. He missed it. Now he sees it, but this is not a time that is abnormal. So
he deleted, look, he deleted the palisade even in the berries because he didn't expect coming, but now the men-at-arms are there. But he walked fast, he's paying attention. No, but he failed. And the berries are gone.
Woodline now. Yeah, and he's gotta almost choose to accept losing this Vil or get the woodline. It's one or the other, and he's trying to do both.
He's gonna kill it.
Vil's dead.
He's gonna kill it. Oh, great micro.
So good from Vinch. So good. But also, like, the pressure's on at this time. You got to get your scouting down there if you're Jordan. This is a great start for Vinchester.
Yeah, he lost
precisely the start he would have wanted. Like, now it's totally worth it. The investment's worth it. He's even getting horse collar behind this, man. So he's going to have farms with a lot of food. That's crazy. That's really hard to do.
Well, this remind me the first 2 games. It was similar opening. He was very aggressive. Putting the pressure, and now he might go also for some skirmish archer. He doesn't have the goal. He only have 1 villager on goal. I don't know that. 1 villager on goal, only Vinchester. And he's having now some idle TC.
He did have 2 before. I kind of like it because this is probably going to turn into Skirm Scout. And so he's like, you know what? I don't need that much on gold. I'm just going to go skirmishers here.
Full farm.
Jordan's going for the market. What the, is Jordan going to try and go up already or something? What in the world?
Well, it's Saracen, 75 wood only, so like I will have the market there, and it's always good to have it. But don't think he's doing the blast hit. I think it's like a backup because you don't want in this map to sell the stone, or you won't. I mean, you can get ready, then you cannot make a tower, and then you are bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, from what I've seen, people would just buy the stone back. I'm pretty sure that's what Doubt did earlier today. The guy sold 200 stone and then immediately bought it back.
Couldn't be more wrong, Tristan. He sold the stone in minute 12. My goodness. The men-at-arms are going back, but he's going to have his skirmishes. Do you like this approach with the market early in this map? Because this is not... he's stable also. He's doing all the buildings. I mean, he's going to make now a wonder. Well, not because he's feudalist, but what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, something that's a little awkward for Vinch right now is that he doesn't have a scout to see any of this. And then also Jordan's scout has pretty big HP. So it's not like, or pretty high HP. So it's not like Vinchester could just come across the map with his skirms due to that starting scout. So
yeah,
Jordan knows what's coming. And the concern here is going to be, does he have good food economy or is he buying it? Because you can get the scouts out fast if you buy it. But
he's buying.
Eventually the market is going to wear off.
He's buying. He's definitely buying. Yeah. He has 5 on gold. He buy another 100. He's only 3-4 farmers. Villas on the berries. He's now coming with the scouts, as you mentioned. He still have the 3 men at time, so he can always go for a stable. And he will have to do a stable Vinchester too. Doesn't have a lot of farms, so I don't know who he has now a better economy, to be honest.
Yeah, Vinchester didn't go for any additional berries, which sometimes players will do. And I don't think he's expecting the scouts at this time. The scouts would normally come a little bit later. Vinchester also had missed an opportunity a second ago to kill an archer. He's going to try and kill as much as possible because he knows he's going to lose his fight. Yeah, he knows he's going to lose it.
He's losing all. And now what? Because you won't have an army here at home. What he has, he's coming with more army. He's in the middle of the map with no army at all. And
oh man, this is so
I like Jordan's position.
Yeah. What a play, though. What a play to buy. Like, everyone thinks you're going to go market into archers, into buying food to go castle age. So he just buys the scouts.
Yeah,
he's buying. Really intelligent play from Jordan.
He's buying resources to go full feudal. And now the wood is open as well. He's coming with the scouts. He can do some damage. Yes, the Tonewatch is going to be there. But you don't have a single military. Now he's going to wall the wood, and you better do it. Because he's coming. Tonewatch is going to be there. But military... Well, military number is almost the same. Well, a little more, but the scouts are coming. Let's see if the quick walls are going to happen. There you go. No, it's open!
Oh, and there's
it's
a whole...
open again! Ay, ay, ay. It's going to wall... It's not walling!
Wall it all you want. There's archers coming, right? Like, you get the walls down, those archers are going to walk right in. You can't stop it because of the stone terrain. And Vinchester's freaking out. And Vinchester's lost in no man's land with trash units in the middle, like an AI. Like, this is a big problem right now for Vinchester.
No, this is not a big problem. It's not a big problem. I don't know what you're talking. It's the game. Look at the resources. Tristan.
Yeah.
It's going up. What is this play by Jordan?
And Jordan won't have any issues. This is also why Saracens are insane. I mean, he's got 10 farms. Jordan won't have many issues losing villagers to this trash army. Normally. It will whittle you down, but the second he gets 2 knights, this whole army's dead. So Jordan just needs to wait till then.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Vinchester, be careful, because Vinchester has now more army. Yes, he's now using villages because he got nothing here to stop those skirmishes and spears. But it's not archers, Tristan. I mean, they are not even doing too much damage. You have to be careful there. But when he's in Castlage, he's going to be able to clean all this very easily.
I kind of wish Jordan would send more to gold. Like, instead of 6 on gold, you know? Like, I think it would make a lot more sense for him to do that. He's keeping a lot on wood. I guess he could sell wood. Yeah, he's buying wood now. Okay, who even knows at this point? Still making archers, though, which is interesting, man. But I thought he would go with knights because he had the stable. But he wants to still go for archers, and I think archers could do a really good job. There's not many skirmishers for Vinchester at home right now.
Well, it's true that the economy, obviously, for Jordan right now is at the limit. Like, really, really at the limit. Look at the resources, but... Crops are gonna happen. Still, you need the market. He's doing the market, but man, he's gonna freak out when he sees that he's in Castlage. Seriously,
if Vinchester can see this or sense this and make a tower kind of like the back area next to his gold, I think he can be okay here because he's gonna up here in a second. He just has to not die to crossbow. But I don't know if he's expecting it. I think he's gonna expect knights because of how what he's seen over the last couple of minutes. And he has not seen any archers. There's the spearman on the front, Mem.
Now he see the spear with the spear as you mentioned. Now he's on the way to Castlage, but he has no resources. Now he's doing the tower right away. Oh my God! But this is so close. It's archers with Botkin. It's archers crossbow with Botkin. The tower is gonna be up. Now that tower is gonna help. It's 150 HP, but still, it's not what matters here. He's gonna take some economy. No, he's fine, and the game is gonna keep going. Vinchester with 5 villages more. Oof. Match ball that he saved it. Match ball that he saved it, Vinchester.
Well played from Vinch. Vinch just killed some scouts and some crossbows. That's not bad. And Vinch actually has eco upgrades, and he actually has, like, faster working farms, and he's actually got good economy. So he's like going full doubt mode. This reminds me of doubt from like Red Bull Wololo. He's going for cav archers and a knight now. I mean, Jordan is really all in right now.
Yeah, but now I feel that this can be more complicated to make it work. Double archery range. If you go now full elite skirmishes and ballistic, just stop this.
Yeah, problem is going to be, can you? Well, you've got food wood eco, so elite skirm makes sense. Problem is going to be knights. And if Jordan can get more out here, but Vinchester is going to pounce on this, man, before he even reaches Castlage. And this tells you just how weak Jordan's position is, because Jordan's going to have less than 10 military when he needs to.
And that tower, look at the tower. Tristan is taking out some more crossbows. He's not microing that properly. It was very smooth, but no military at all. And now, with Slav's economy, I mean, Saracen's market... Exactly, and now Saracens market is start to lose a little bit the big effect, right? It's not that strong anymore.
Prices are getting worse for sure.
Yeah.
Also, if you continually buy food against a player who needs gold, you can actually see it on the left if you press page up or whatever. Vinchester is actually getting a lot of gold in return for selling food.
Exactly.
So you're buying food, and then they're selling food. You're helping your enemy a little bit, so it's kind of funny.
TC, no, he went, but with the skirmishes, without elite skirmishes, he did an amazing job. Look at the KD, he's better for Vinchester, and he's now the same village for both players, but doing a second stable, my goodness, a second stable, he's really going full in, and he's gonna go Siege Workshop forward as well. What the hell?
Knight is something that Vinch is vulnerable to right now. The towers might not be enough if +2 armor comes in. And I remember it was the Gamer Legion players who rushed like +2 armor knights with some siege in all-in situations with Saracens before, and it has had an effect. But okay, you got gold now if you're Vinchester. You're on 2 TCs. You defended from that before you had any Castle Age upgrades. He didn't have Bodkin Arrow until just now. He still doesn't even have Elite Skirm.
Now
so
he's doing.
Should be able to defend.
Yeah, he's doing. The problem is that army is solid, yes, but he's coming with knights. Those knights don't have bloodlines. It's +1 cavalry with the Bodkin Arrow and Siege Workshop. Monastery as what the hell? Monastery as well.
Full clown.
So yeah, but I don't like what Vinchester is doing. He's planning to do what? More TCs? Well, he's mining gold at the back. What do you think he should do now? Monks as well, Siege. He should go full knights as well because the Slavs can. Well, he doesn't have resources actually. I mean,
yeah. What's tricky here is that you never want to make knights against Saracens.
Yeah.
You never want to make knights against a Civ who has a stable and they can make camels and they have so much HP on their camels. So I can understand
look at on the right.
his problem.
On the right, he's coming. He's going to deny. He's going to deny that. He's going to deny that. TC. He has to. He's gonna make it. And was about to say when I saw that he was going there with a TC. He's playing greedy, Vinchester. He's trying to go for so many TCs, and he has weak army. And I don't know, in this map, it's better to have more army here. Is because he's. Look at also the nice killing there. I'm not sure, but who is winning this game? I believe that Jordan has the advantage right now.
Well, what Jordan did an excellent job of is he didn't show many knights. He only showed crossbows and cav archers. And when he showed up with knights, he had bloodlines, he had armor, and he had a lot of them. So Vinchester didn't really know that he even needed monks until this moment. He's adding the monastery now. Such a good job from Jordan. I don't know if that was intentional from him or not, but love how he hid that. And then he's already on the next step. He's going to have siege, and he's going to have some monks of his own.
He's gonna kill a guy and all. Look at the skirmishes and look at now those villages. He's gonna take more villages. And with only 1 TC, if you are with 1 TC and you're still ahead in village that your opponent with 2 and trying to make the 3rd, you are doing something really nice. I mean, and he's taking the lead. Chain bard in armor +2.
Well done.
It's really well done, man. So do you think he should keep going, Tristan? He should keep going or make now TCs? Just all in still.
Oh, just all in it. Yeah, I mean, like, any lead that Vinchester gets at this point is pretty much nullified by the fact that he's garrisoning all the time. Yeah. And you've got 2 mangonels. I love if you would wait for 3, right? Wait for 3, show up with that in the middle, and make it so Vinchester has no time to respond. I don't know what Vinch does here. I think going Pikeman Skirm makes sense, but then there's going to be Siege, and then there's going to be Monks. I mean, Jordan's just faster to the correct place here.
He's doing cav archers Slavs. Cav archers Slavs. What's going on? I mean,
okay. I mean, I guess they're fine in Castle Age.
Yeah, well, he has no bloodlines, but now he's gonna raid. He's coming with the nice 2 mangonels as well. Didn't wait for the 3rd, but he's gonna try to raid. And raiding those knights are +2, but you don't want to lose too many of that army because you are all in.
Yeah, you gotta bring a monk forward here on the hill and just camp it out. And there's an opportunity here for Vinch because he's got gold. He's got an okay position with his eco setup. If Vinch could get a 1 for 2 on these mangonels, I know we talked about the delete earlier, but they're both weak at the top of the hill. If you delete, it negates the disadvantage. So there's a chance, but Jordan's keeping an eye on that. He's keeping the knights, and look, he even moved the siege over. He's like, I don't want to be anywhere close to that.
I don't know. He's still attacking with everything, but now he has a couple of monks. If Vinchester make a couple of conversions in those knights, it's gonna be terrible because the knights are gonna be very close. Look at the mangonel coming. The knights are there, but he's going to convert something. He's going to convert a couple of them, and then the mangonels are going to go down. He's going to convert. He converted, and now he needs to take the siege.
Jordan can convert back.
Yes.
Jordan should convert back. He's got his own monks. Jordan could get those right back and repair them. He took out the siege from Vinch.
Oh my God, he
and Vinch
converted
can't
everything
take out
back.
any of the siege.
Yeah, he converted
That's why
everything
you
back.
need the monks there. The TC's gonna
baby.
go down here, man. This is insane from Jordan.
Jordan is doing the job.
Great play.
He's doing He's doing the comeback in this series. Unbelievable. And now there's a knight also with really low HP in those in the goal on the left. Killing more villies. 8 villies behind, taking everything, taking the TC. Jordan is coming back from the damn hell, Tristan. And he's going to make the reverse sweep, really. With a 2-0 with Vinchester. And Jordan is going to be tomorrow in the semifinals. Well, it's not over yet, but he's looking really healthy.
You can't... He popped out with another mangonel here. That's going to go down. Vinchester's scrambling. His villagers have been idle for 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's his idle eco
See
time.
the north. Look at this. Yep. I mean, he's gonna lose everything. It's over, man. It came back. It came back, and my goodness. Well, I think he will start to change his sleep schedule, Mr. Tristan, because he's working really well.
The better he is, yeah.
He's killing the farm. No, it's. I mean, Vinchester is still ahead in villies, which is incredible, by the way. But are the villies working? Not at all. Another minor that he's gonna lose.
Desperation, yeah.
Oh
it's all desperate. He can't get a Cav Archer ball rolling. He can't kill the siege. And it's just any number of these TCs could be taken out from at this point. It feels like.
And you know what? He knows that he's going. He knows that he's going all in. For that reason, he keeps trying. Obviously, he's decided he doesn't want to give up.
He should keep trying for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but the amount of farming he has is insane.
The thing that Jordan needs to do is he needs to get monks back. And now hold on a second. Hold on a second.
This is bad.
Hold on a second.
The
siege is gonna go down.
No, he's losing. No, Jordan. What's happened, Jordan? He's losing now everything.
Vinchester's also taking losses in the north, where he's like taking deer or gold. I don't know. And he's also taking losses on his gold and his woodline.
Check it, Echo KD, Tristan. Tristan,
yeah,
Echo
KD is insane.
28 now villies, now killing more. This is brutal. Now he's gonna be behind in the villies. Now he's killing really a lot, finding absolutely everything. And right now, his economy is not a clone economy anymore. He has 1 TC, yes, but he has 18 farmers, more than enough to keep going with a lot of knights constantly, non-stop.
He knows it. He knows it. He understands that this has been close to the finish. He kills the monk. He's killing villagers on the right. Vinchester's going to tap out, call the GG here. It's 51 to 4 eco KD and counting.
40 villies left. He took everything, and Jordan got all the energy. I don't know from where, but he took the energy and he dominated after 9 hours 27. So you know what? After doing this, there's no excuse in the future for any of the players. There's no excuse. You know, like if you focus, you can dominate. No, seriously. No, like. Because many times there is the debate, well, they played, remember, 2 semifinals at the same time. No, he played first, the other the second. He got a lot more time to rest. Look at this. He was, Vinchester, complete rest.
And also, Jordan is the player who's known for going to bed the earliest out of every single pro.
Yeah, exactly. So everything can happen in this game. Incredible.
I feel so bad for Vinch, though. Like, as cool as a reverse sweep is, we're watching a guy just struggle to come to the conclusion he's dead right now. Like, he does not want to resign. He's fighting his hardest. If you've ever been there, your heart just starts beating. You start feeling so down on yourself in these situations, and you start to even think about some of the previous games. Like, I could have done this or that. It's not a good feeling at all. But
Tristan, a lot come from not having a scout to explore what your opponent was doing. He didn't know, and he wasn't ready. He didn't have the army to counter these Cav Archers with the Slavs. I don't know. I mean, what about full pikes with the Slavs here and siege?
Yeah, it's real tricky because of the timing, right? Jordan was so fast. There's a reason. Remember, the settings for this tourney, you're giving civilizations to your opponent. You're picking civs for them. And if you were to make a list of the top 5 or the most banned civilizations in team games and 1v1 tournaments, there's a reason Saracens is banned in standard tournaments because people are terrified of them. Vinchester clearly, didn't rate them as high because he did give it to Jordan, but Jordan has just shown how to play Saracens.
I mean,
that's as good as it gets.
Seriously, Jordan came back 3-2, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a speechless. I'm speechless because we thought it was going
I'm
to be
sorry.
maybe.
Have you ever been speechless? Have we ever been speechless?
That's difficult.
Speechless.
That's truth. That's truth. I mean, 9 hours, 30 minutes. It was looking that it could be a 3-0. Tristan, we were like, Then he won the 2-1 like this. And then the second with the fail. Vinchester did mistakes as well because he did some mistakes. But obviously, Jordan has to play perfect like he did. Play very strong. And to come back, man. Yeah.
Pretty sick. The guy just elevated his level so much. I mean, game 4 was an amazing game, one of the few that went over an hour, I think. And then this game here was just out of nowhere, really. I mean, he loses the villager at the start, fails to scout at the start, and then from there it was just like every single decision was so good. And Vinch did not play bad, man. Like you said, Vinchester played good. Sad for him, obviously. Jordan, the guy who casted for like 6 freaking hours, all the other sets before this.
Yeah,
steps in, reverse sweeps it. Insane.
Brutal. I'm just showing here the statistics here also to my viewers. I don't know if you're doing the same. And the KD was insane with 1TC, double the KD, 122. The economy, 7K, 8K more. It's incredible. It's just incredible. It's a really incredible comeback, and I don't know. I don't know if even at this time Jordan want to come to talk with us about this series. He probably want to sleep because tomorrow is the semis, and he's probably going right away. I don't know. I messaged him like, "Hey, do you want to come or something?" But probably he don't even see it, But it's crazy. Well, Tristan, it was a good series that we casted after a while and casted together. It wasn't bad at all, right? It wasn't bad at all.
It was good, man. I enjoyed it. I mean, the set delivered, man. The set delivered. If that was a quick 3-0, I wouldn't be saying the same thing. It wouldn't have been as fun, but what great results there for Jordan. Happy for him. Obviously gutted for Vinch. We talk about Jordan's bedtime and all that. I think it's even later for Vinchester, so obviously late night for these two. But that's what happens in high-level live games, and Vinchester had him, man. He had him in game 3, I think, at one point. Could have taken him in game 4. Opportunities every game. Jordan just delivered.
Mr. Tristan, we will talk. Hopefully you and your viewers have enjoyed with the co-cast. Mine have enjoyed a lot, so take care, amigo, and have a nice evening.
Yeah, man. You too.
See you, man. Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, I was going to go, but I was going to go sleep 3 hours ago because I was like, it's going to be 3-0. Come on, Jordan, let me go sleep. Why'd you have to come back like this? Congratulations, Jordi.
Man, that was a tough one. I saw myself sleeping before midnight already as well, so.
I'm going to tell you something. Now, I was talking with Tristan with T90. You cannot complain anymore that it's too late for me to play.
No. Like I'm the new Viper now, so I'll always be taking care of the last sets each day.
Did you feel that you could do this comeback?
Honestly, after the first 2 games, no.
when you started to feel, this is possible. I'm feeling more sharper. When you started to feel it can be done.
The thing is, I didn't feel like I played different the 3rd, 4th, and 5th game. I felt like I was playing good. Was very clean with my head, except of course a little bit of tiredness, but that was not a big factor. And Vinchester just completely wrecked my ass. The first 2 games, I was like, okay, no chance. Like he's just better, right? But what was the 3rd game again? Oh yeah, that was the Vietnamese against Bohemians. I felt good there. And then after the 4th game, that was... Come on, man. What was the 4th game? That was one of the games on Arena where you enjoyed as well, didn't you?
Yeah, the 3rd game was very well played. Like super sharp. No mistakes. In that one, for me, that was your best game. In terms of execution, that's my opinion, I think the 3rd game was very, very nice. In the 4th game, you obviously defend against the Conquerors, but then he did a couple of mistakes. In the transition to Imp, that doubt castle, it was, oh my God. And I want to ask you something. Did you notice that you were fighting most of the game without ballistic? When you noticed that you were with no ballistic, what you thought at that moment?
I'm sure someone has a clip of that. Yeah, let me quickly share that with you because someone sent that to me right now. It was a beautiful reaction by me, 100%. I was like, "Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?" Yeah, let me quickly send it to you, then you can show it. Yeah, man. I was thinking that I had ballistics all the time, and I was wondering why my.
Did you make thumbprint?
Huh?
Did you make thumbprint also?
Yeah, that was like, hello. Do I make
okay. Okay, let me check.
No,
sorry, I'm so weird.
Yeah, let me. I will. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good
New
one.
emoticon.
Wait.
Look at that face. Oh my god. Look.
It's hilarious. That is the moment where I was like, "Are you shitting me? You must be."
Do you understand why the webcam has to be there in every tournament? I mean, if you stream the POV, if you are being casted in battle, I mean, those reactions are just gold. Look at this reaction. Okay, I could be watching this all the time, man. I could be watching this all the time. Oh my god, I'm gonna pause you with that one. Crazy.
Yeah, I have paused it around, I don't know, 2 seconds or something. Yeah, I think, ma'am, that image gives you the answer of what I was feeling at that time.
You know, I'm a big editor here. You know, if you're gonna save it, look what I paste you here. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, you got it there. You got it there forever. In Discord, I send you, so you can send to your viewers. You can put in Discord if you want.
I think that's going to be my new profile picture for WhatsApp. Man,
that's a good one.
What the hell? When I saw that, I was like, you know, I'm not the most emotional person, but and barely I show my emotions. But when that happened, I was like, no way.
I don't want to say what I was going to say. I mean, I'm not emotional, but you're German. I mean, Germans are emotional. I mean, I know that you smile.
It's already enough, right?
It's already enough, of course. Anyway, jokes aside, the game number 5. Did you practice this with doubt? Because I was talking with Tristan, and he was this market abuse, these strategies. It has the doubt sign, the trademark. Did you practice or not?
The funny thing is, I played a practice game against Dowd yesterday, and he gave me Saracens, and he was saying, "Jordan, I give you Saracens because you suck with them." And then we played, and he kicked my ass, and it didn't work out the play I did. And you know, I watched the game and felt like, okay, there are certain mistakes I've done. I have to fix that, and yeah, I'm happy that the practice went there yesterday, because these are the kind of examples where training makes sense, right? And people many times say I cannot practice for the tournament, but you can to a certain degree, and yeah, that won me the game. Literally, the practice game yesterday won me the game.
And tomorrow, Vilese.
Yeah.
No. Oh well.
Yes.
Well, tomorrow another day. It's quite late. Congratulations, Jordi. It's crazy. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to come back. And now you are the one who is 2 matches away to get invited as well. So no pressure, man. You know, I feel that you got the energy because you thought, man, I need to win. Otherwise, I have to cast the finals with Memp. You got the energy from there. Be real, man. You don't want to cast with me, man.
That was when the 2-0, I was like, oh no, don't do that to yourself, Jordan.
Well, Jordan, congratulations, man. It's very late. It's time to rest because tomorrow semifinals. Thank you so much for the tournament, and congratulations for the performance. And tomorrow more, amigo.
Thanks, Memp.
Good job.
Thanks for the interview, and enjoy. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Good job. Good night, man. Well, guys, this has been Jordan with the face, not happy face anymore. 2-3, and if you're watching YouTube, thumb up, guys.